Hello and welcome to Kate and Kat's podcast. We run our podcast a little differently than most. Our podcasts are completely spirit-led, and we never know who we're going to have on or what's going to come up to heal. Every episode is a new adventure, where we walk people through healing anything from spirit guides to past lives to inner child work, how the energies and trauma affects the mechanical workings of our physical bodies, and exploring time, space, and dimensions and how it's all happening now. This podcast is for beginners and experts alike. This can be considered explicit content to some, as we do not edit ourselves, and sometimes deep trauma work comes up unexpectedly. And also, we cuss like sailors.
On this episode of Kate and Kat Live, we work with Night Diamond. Diamond with some nights. Yeah. Night Diamond and myself have worked together before, and Night Diamond and Kate get to know each other really well. Night Diamond's been in classes before, and Night's also been in the comments for a while. I just love him. He has had something that's been with him throughout childhood and into his adult life that he's kind of had to find coping mechanisms for. We've done some past life root work to help with it, but it really is coming to a head in this episode, and we're so happy that we were able to help him with this. And in turn, after we help him with his thing, Night helps me, Kate, Shayden, and Ben with some of our stuff, which it's super fucking cool to work with people while they're doing their own thing too. We love empowerment, man. It's so great to witness. That is in this episode as well. So, if you love bad bitches, and that's your fucking problem. On with the podcast.
Hi, guys. Hi.
Hey!
Yes, I do solo lives. I have recently.
Who said no?
I think, well, I don't do them very often, but I do them every once in a while. I did, not this last week because we were on vacation, but I think the week before that. Kate hasn't been doing solo lives either. But this is for our podcast, so it doesn't make any sense for us to do our lives solo because it's Kate and Kat Live podcast. So, have you talked to Diamond today? Is he coming on?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have. It's really weird. I guess I should have messaged him right before this, but we talked 20 minutes ago.
Oh, no, should be fine. What part of Florida are you in, Just Rocket Coach? It's funny, the whole time we were in Connecticut, my sister kept going, it's gonna rain today, it's gonna rain today, it's gonna rain today. And we were like, okay, sure it is.
That sounds great.
It never did. It didn't until we were leaving. So Spirit, if it's in the highest good, please apply the Tesla Weather Act to this. And then Spirit, if it's in the highest good, please apply all weather control releasing healings that are available.
Hi.
Good night.
I was just working on helping someone work with the Orlando weather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you both for having me. This is really exciting. And really
Kate was like, what do you think of having Night Diamond? I was like, yes, that sounds great. I think that's a great idea.
I'm excited. Thank you all so much. I love you both.
We freaking love you too.
Yeah, well.
Thanks.
So what are you working on, baby? What do you want to work on? I told Kate, I said, you know what, Night Diamond's actually pretty perfect because he's been working on all of his own personal stuff for so very fucking long that all of that real intrusive on the camera things that are sometimes uncomfortable, you've already worked through the majority of those.
Totally.
So I was I think that would be a great person to have on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm really open, doing anything and being as vulnerable as possible, doing whatever we need to do. And hopefully whatever we do helps, other people too, whatever.
Gross. No, I'm just kidding.
Others. Ew.
Also, I apologize. My chair is very squeaky. So just
I didn't even notice until you said something. Now I'm going to be thinking about it. Oh my God, there goes Knight's chair again.
Her swing chair is always making noise anyway, so she wouldn't even fucking notice. Like,
know what
Ben
she's
will be
talking
like, that fucking chair. No, he won't. It'll be fine. Spirit doesn't do that.
It's also it's so funny because but even before you messaged me, Kate, like I had 2 dreams in a row before. Kat, you were in both of the dreams, and
Sorry,
it was really
I'm just kidding.
no, yeah, it's all good. It was so funny. First one, you were just talking to my mom. Y'all were just chilling, and which was really funny because I had walked my mom.
I'm like Young Gravy. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
No, that's a lot of a lot of that generation's into Young Gravy. Like that's true. Yeah. No, but yeah, like I was walking my mom through like some of the healings and stuff like that, like which is really cool, and she's really open to all of that, and I think it's been really helping. So it made sense to me that in my mind, you and her were talking, probably like, doing healings, and then the second dream, you invited me over to your house, and we were all just chilling, and I was in a swivel chair, and y'all were playing video games, and in my mind, like everyone had special like magic abilities. Well, you all do, but just like y'all were all these video game characters, like casting spells and stuff. It was cool. It was fun. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that.
So real life. It was like real life.
Yeah, it was like real life. Yeah.
So like,
and then,
are you gonna come visit or something?
Yeah, are you coming to visit? Be
Is that
careful,
what
we
you're
have people here.
I would be so down, like to come visit and play games and cards and video games and try all the Universal Yums. Like that's honestly, if y'all could make longer videos of the Universal Yum series, like that. That would.
Well, it's hard because like I tried doing the pause and then start, pause, start, but all of the funny stuff happens in the pause parts. And so it's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna hit play and we're only gonna get through 2 stacks, but it's a 3-minute long video, so fucking whatever.
Yeah, I'm always like, I need more Universal Yums content because it's like, yeah, but
It's once a month, okay? Talk to Universal Yums, tell them you want more.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was also so funny because Kate, you did that no healing, like you were talking about that no healing, and it was just like such a weird thing, a cool synchronicity or whatever, because that whole day I was literally in my mind thinking, I'm just gonna say no, like I'm just gonna say no, like to my intrusive thoughts and to all of the things, and then you made that TikTok, and I felt like it was made for me, and then I noticed my freaking face in the corner, and I was like, oh my god, it was like
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know why I do that. I just channel people's faces. Like, wow, that's real weird. Thanks, Spirit.
I feel like my mind, like I genuinely like you will post things and it will be like the exact thing that I was needing that day or working on that day. Like it always lines up, and it's always so funny.
I did a silly video today where it was just like these categories. It's kind of like categories, and it just gave you a letter, and you had to like choose the thing. And there was a couple of things that I was stuck on, and people were like, "I was yelling at my phone." I was like, "You probably helped me because I don't fucking know." That shit was stuck.
I was my phone. No, yeah, I was like lacrosse.
Yeah, I was like, "Okay, thanks, guys, lacrosse." I'm like, it's that fucking word.
Yeah, honestly, I think you did better than me. I would not have known like half of them. I thought you did.
Yeah, but I had 7 or 8 people telling me the answers, so it's cheating.
In regards to like what to work on today, like I do have, there are things that I think we could work on, but I almost feel like maybe we just go with whatever the most impactful thing is right now, or because there's a couple of different things, that I think that would be helpful. Like there's some physical health things, there's some mental health things, but maybe we should just go with whatever is the most impactful point or wherever we're guided to.
There's a thing behind you that's looming that you have put back there because you don't want to look at it.
You're right about that. It's this way, right? This corner? So right here?
I was thinking it looks like here.
It's like it's like all here.
Like a crown.
I don't like to be in this space very much because it's like this room, like this dining area is kind of dark, and I sometimes like feel like there's something here. But like I do, I do my house cleanse, like I try to make it sometimes, I try to make it like a
Why are you not accepting it?
That's a good question. I feel like I look at it quite often and I kind of coexist, but and I know like you always say like, oh, like just ask why it's there, or I kind of assumed maybe it was like I couldn't tell if it was like, yeah, like if it was my own team or if it was
Try merging with it.
the thing behind me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your thorny crown.
Like spirit, if it's my highest good, please merge me with the entity behind me.
That thing looming over me. It's me. It's 7-year-old Night.
Mr. Worldwide. I feel.
Ow, that hurts.
I feel. Oh no! Are you getting? Had COVID last week. Getting my COVID.
No, she's clearing.
Yeah.
And I can only speed it up so much.
Should I try calibrating us and returning us to the correct dimension?
I have to go spit. I'll be right back.
Ooh. Okay, so I got two things: that it was your thorny crown and that it was 7-year-old Night.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
how long have you been in that house?
We've been in this apartment now since 2020, since about January of 2020. We moved here
COVID.
before the pandemic hit.
Okay,
And,
that makes sense. Did you start healing at the beginning of COVID?
Honestly, 2020 through now has been like this huge for me, both with my spirituality, getting in touch with my abilities, getting in touch with who I am, really just like reflecting on everything. It's been, I would say for the most part, really good. I'm very thankful for the years that I've had. These last 3 years have been really, really, really reflective, really, transformative, really good, for the most part. But a lot of healing.
I asked Kat because I was like, so two things I got, and that was a thorny crown and that was 7-year-old Night behind you. And he was like, oh, okay. And I said, so how long have you been in that house? And he said, since January 2020, which was the start of COVID. And then I was like, well, is that when you started your healing journey? And he said, yes. So I don't know if that was like the biggest thing or if there's like a core memory at 7.
There's a lot at 7.
Okay, because you just like threw it away. You were like, no.
Night, when you merged in with it, I threw up. Okay. Like, I come close to throwing up. People see me, and I literally threw up my enchilada. Like, it's gone. It's out of my body.
Was it good on the way out?
Sorry. Yes, but it was mixed with Mio. Acai Mio. So it was a really interesting flavor.
That's really interesting. I've definitely done, I feel like, the most work on my inner child. Like, that, like, I've talked to young me, like, I feel like, quite a lot. Like, that's why I really appreciated that healing, to copy and paste everything you did to your inner child, to your teen. Because I did a lot with my younger self, because that's where a lot of my issues started. Around 7, 8, like 9, those years were when a lot of my like really big stuff happened, or like my mental health stuff really started. I even have really interesting memories because I've done work, like so much work. I have memory of myself talking to myself when I was young, but I didn't me then. I just remember talking to this man, like that kind of looked like me, and talking to him and being like, I'm not doing well, and like all, and I didn't make the connection until like 2020, 2021 of like, oh shit, that was me talking to me, like, but
that happens a lot.
But that's interesting that 7-year-old me has been. I wonder why, he's been here. Like,
it reminds me, like you said, with the video game. Do you know the little girl with the big shadow monster as their shadow?
What game is that? But yeah,
is that Biosphere?
Oh, BioShock.
BioShock.
Big Daddy.
But this one was the little girl with the big shadow. So it wasn't BioShock, but she looked a lot like that. And it might just be in like cartoons. Amethyst keeps calling me, and she's not going to stop. So if it keeps interrupting, like me hitting end doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like she'll just be like, calling again, my 8-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
That's connected somehow because it's round 7, 8.
Mm-hmm. And you said that it's like a thorny crown, right?
Mm-hmm. Except it's inverted towards your head.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
I'm friends with the monster that's under my bed. That was really bad key.
Like I know we worked on, getting, for instance, that like I know, I like, for instance, we worked on getting that like Venom tar monster. We kicked that shit out of me during the session.
Yeah, but this is different.
Yeah.
That was an old lady female thing from what, the 30s or 40s?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And also, have you ever seen the movie? What the fuck movie was that? Where you were the muscle guy?
Sin City. I
love that movie.
Yeah, that's definitely up my alley. Like that type of movie. Like, yeah, that was really cool.
He was the muscular guy with the band-aids everywhere that had to take medicine because he was like
Marv. What was his name?
Yeah, I think so. Marv. I think so.
And he had this big heart, but he did so much. He did so much, but got accused and blamed wrongly. He died basically for people misunderstanding him, which I work on in my work in my current life. Just but yeah, it makes sense that the crown is inverted because a lot of my issues were the OCD monster. Like my OCD is like this, just like this monster that has constantly, will throw intrusive thoughts and images into my head. It's something that I do constantly work through, and I've done a lot of work on, but it's something that I do still have. Like,
how do you make people tell the truth?
How do I make people tell the truth?
This is something I've recently discovered with my own intrusive thoughts. How do you make people tell the truth? Is there a version of you that forces people to tell the truth? Kat's would be like the sword of Michael. That would be one of her things. So like if she had intrusive thoughts, she could stick her sword through it. I have a form of me that would torture people into telling the truth and would put bamboo shoots underneath their fingernails and shove them into their fingernail. And so that would...
This as you said this. Like,
yeah.
That's funny.
So
yeah.
That's what I do to the thoughts, and then they magically disappear. So how do you force people to tell the truth? Like if you were to just ask Spirit.
Spirit, please show me or help me understand how I force.
You beat the shit out of them.
I beat the shit out of them.
So what is that, like a fist of fury? What the fuck is this? What is...
The fist of truth.
The fist of truth.
Ooh! You fist him to death, sorry.
So I saw a TikTok, and it was like a little snippet of Katya and Trixie.
Yeah.
And I told Kate about this one, but it was like, how can you... Trixie was like, did you know you can tell if someone's gay by asking them to show them your nails? No. It was like, if they're not gay, they go like this. If they are gay, they go like this. And it's just me fisting.
For everyone in the podcast, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned that just because I was thinking about my nails a lot today. So that's just funny. Yeah.
I can't leave mine alone during this live.
Yeah.
So you would fist them to death, right?
I guess so. I don't actually put hands on people. Just to clarify.
Well, I don't put bamboo shoots underneath people's fingernails.
I don't stab people with swords.
I don't know
But
if y'all
thanks,
noticed this, but we don't.
Thanks for clarifying.
In this physical life, at least.
You guys, Knight doesn't actually hit people, but Kate and I.
Oh, I don't know. Questionable.
If that makes sense, I know I have like a guide who also like very big on like hand stuff, like elements with hand, like healy hands and justice hands, like divine justice hands, like which you told me about. Like my guide who's taking play has like these justice hands, so that makes sense to me. That
Okay, that lines up. Beautiful King says, I feel like you punch people's lies until it comes out truthfully. So it's not punching people, it's punching people's lies, which is what I got also. And that's kind of what Kate was talking about. Like, I don't stick my sword in people. I stick it in intrusive thoughts or in, you know, whatever.
Same
just
with
like
the bamboo shoot. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, Kate has like a bubble pop healing, which I feel like is connected to the bamboo shoots.
Yeah, definitely.
So
sense to me, like, you know, I think I do see people. I think I do, like, you know.
Well, where do you want him to do it, Kate?
What's your most recent intrusive thought? When was it?
This morning.
Yeah, I think all the time, you know, every day, like, it's yeah, probably.
Sorry, Beautiful King. Yes, punching thing. Tell the truth now. Just funny to put it in a visual.
Should I apply, like, you know, my punching hands to my intrusive thoughts, like
from this morning?
Okay. Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please apply my
Knight's Fists of Fury. I don't know.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's yours.
My fists of truth.
Yeah.
My intrusive thoughts that I had this morning.
Ding, 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 ding.
I feel it. I
just want to say, Beautiful King, your image on Instagram is so different than your one over on TikTok. It's like two different sides of you. It's really interesting. I like seeing everybody's little
person
icons.
Become this person. Yeah. The people asking if they can use mine, where's yours?
You
Everybody
have your
has their
own. You have your own. So this is what Kate and I do. It's like we'll be like, oh my God, Kate, did you know you have? Or, oh my God, Kat, did you know you have? And then as soon as Kate sees something in me, she'll go, Kat, did you know you have? Wait, what do I have? Or I'll go, Kate, did you know you have? Wait, what do I have? We all have similar things.
Yes. Okay. He's trying to do the. Oh, he was really still. And I was like, damn, he's concentrating real hard. He missed all of that.
It's okay. He's still frozen.
No,
Helen, that's
still
great.
Concentrating super hard.
Am I frozen?
Wait.
Not anymore.
No. It was.
Am I good?
Now he's concentrating again. Okay. Laser focus, Wit says. Okay. Yep, it's all good. Yes.
Okay. Is that better? Am I better? Is my audio better?
Yes.
It's fine. I mean, like, it's not as loud as it was, but it's not cutting out and we can actually hear you. Your childhood self is still trying to get a hold of you. It's like the dark childhood self, the badass. See, like Amethyst, her little girl self and her monster form cohabitating in the same motherfucking vessel. Knights, not so much. There's still a part of you that thinks dark, ooh, bad. Cannot have that. Must fight the dark. Clean the dark. It's a part of you in many lives.
Your Dark's extended warranty.
Would you say it, Kate?
Would you like to accept? I said we would like to call you about the Dark's extended warranty. Yeah. So
that makes sense.
What are you gonna do about it?
Is it lagging on your end? Are we good on your end? Just making sure, because I feel like it might be.
No, it sucks. It sucks.
It's lagging, but it's not like terrible.
Okay.
Laser
let me know
focus.
if I should leave and come back or make it better. Okay. Can you tell I have anxiety?
Okay, never mind. We forget about the Bluetooth headphones. I'd rather hear you only half the time than never at all.
Yeah.
Take them out.
Yep.
Thanks for trying.
Okay.
He's gonna freeze again.
Laser focus.
The smile.
Yes.
That's so great. How do you do the eyebrow thing? I can't do
What?
it. Can you do one eyebrow, Kate?
No.
You better than I can.
I can't do it on this side. I can only do it this one.
You've got one fuckboy eyebrow. I want a fuckboy eyebrow. I don't have one. Yeah.
Yeah, we joke that it's like the trans guy face. Like, yeah, or like every photo of it's like this.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
yeah.
Sorry.
That reminded me of my nephew that we just met, Kate. A little bit.
Gross.
Um,
Because I was doing a picture that they usually send.
Mm.
Wait, here it is. There we go. Sorry.
Okay, night. You even chose the name night. And not only night, you didn't choose it night as in dark. You chose it night as in like fencing night, knight in shining armor.
mhm.
Like so close to the dark, but still like, why?
Night Diamond.
Yeah, why?
Yeah. Something that it's true, like, you know, the darkness thing, it is something that I really do like actively want to embrace, because to me, in my mind, darkness is empowerment, darkness is grounding, darkness is badass, like darkness is what I need, because
Like your shirt.
Yeah, like my shirt, like definitely. Like,
Is it Eddie? What is it?
Elden Ring. Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Oh, Elden Ring.
I love that game. But yeah, and I do think that my younger self was fearless. My younger self was, you know, just a lot more like, I think it's something that
She was told, oh my God, this is my like serious motion lately. She was told that part of her was scary, dark, and wrong.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think that.
So does that version of you, little child you, need to merge in with the shadow? Because you merged in with the shadow. Does that version of you need to merge in with the shadow?
Probably. I think that
You want to take her hand and like...
Oh yeah. Do you mind if we use he, him pronouns for little me?
Oh, for little me
Yeah.
me too? Sorry, I apologize. My child likes to do the opposite.
No worries at all.
My apologies.
Yeah, no, all good. But no, yeah, I think that would be good, because like that version of me, like, he thought he was bad, he thought he was dirty, he thought he had to,
Yeah, and he wasn't.
Yeah. No, he wasn't at all. It's like, it's the OCD. Really, I obsessed. It caused a lot of issues. Like,
go into that a little bit more, because
yeah, basically, you know, starting from around like 8, 7. This is something I've been trying to heal for so long, but around 7, 8, 9, like, something happened where I started to think I was like, I wasn't raised religious at all. Like, I really wasn't raised with like a really like, you know, you're good, you're bad, that kind of thing. But it just came like, and what happened was I started to think I was bad. Like, I started to think that I was sinful, like that I was going to go to hell. I
remember this. Uh-huh.
I started to, my legs would shake. I would lay on the floor and be like, is this really happening? My whole body would shake, thinking about what my OCD would do. Is basically, for instance, an example is, I have a memory from like 3rd grade where someone drew the teacher as a witch, like in a negative, like in a bad light. I didn't do it, but my OCD would whisper in my ear, like, you did it, you did this, you must have done this. And then I would freak out and I would get anxious, like, no, I didn't, I wouldn't do that. I would literally be you know, fighting with this thing that would tell me that I was bad, that would tell me that, oh, like, you know, you did something wrong, like anything I did, anything I did, like you said a bad word, I would test it out. Like, I would say a cuss word under the water. and this thing would come and tell me like, you know, I was going to like go to hell and all these things for that. It was normal, you know, normal like sexual things too as a kid, like being curious about other people's, like, you know, having doctor moments with like other kids, or normal things that every like little kid does or thinks about. That really got ingrained in me as like, oh, like I'm sinful, I'm evil, I'm bad, like, which is really interesting because it did not come from my home life. Like it didn't come from anywhere like other than this like thing that probably was either past life related, or like it just took over, which I had no, like there was no rhyme or reason why.
There's this weird thing, because I know we've looked at it before, but there's like this weird game of telephone to where there's a disconnect of like it trying to remind you of some like, and you hearing it as it's some kind of weird communication thing. It reminds me of kind of when Kate and I talk sometimes. And like I was talking about a situation as an example. I was talking to Kate an example. God dang it. I was talking to Kate about a different person, a different situation, and I literally said, gross Kate. But it was almost as if I was saying gross to that situation, but like as if the Kate was me looking at her like, oh my God, that person's gross. Like that whole thing is gross. But what it looked like on the screen, quite literally, clear as day, is gross Kate. Why the fuck would Kat call me gross? Kat called me gross. And both of us were so disgusted at that text message, we threw our phones.
We both did. We didn't even know.
Yeah. We're both like, why? But we would never, like, do that to each other.
Yeah.
So there's this weird disconnect of what is being said to you by this monster and how you're perceiving it. Are you getting something similar, Kate?
I'm seeing the things and you're feeling the things. So it's like you're getting the messages behind what I'm seeing. So it's interesting because it's like, as I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, that is what this is. You know what I mean? It's like, okay. So at first it looked like a genie in a bottle. And I was like, oh, so you're like Aladdin or something? And then
have you ever seen the Monster High movie 13 Wishes?
Anybody? Or Night.
I
don't know. I don't know.
Okay. It's genie in the bottle, but the genie has a sister and it's her shadow. Okay, go on.
Is your sister a witch, bro? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So that actually makes a lot of sense, but it's like it kept saying no to like, oh my God, so you're like Aladdin. It's like, no. And I was like, but there's a genie. And it's like, it literally looks like a genie whose lamp you rubbed or whatever the fuck this is. And it's like oh my God, thank you so much for getting me out of there. You're mine. Is what it looks like. But not like in a, I don't know, not like in a takeover exorcist kind of way.
So the whole movie of that movie, everybody is like, you know, like the genie is like, don't listen to my sister Wisp. Like she's trying to get control. She's trying to make you do this. Like, don't listen to her. And it's like, it whispers into people's ears and like, it has them make a wish that seems like it's like, oh, like gross or selfish or whatever the fuck. But really the whole thing is like, there was an entrapment. There was a mirror. There was like this broken thing. I don't remember the exact thing, but of course, Wisp was misunderstood, and it's not exact. She wasn't trying to be evil. It was just another half that was like misunderstood, but it was very much a whispering thing. So what is the shadow? Okay, so this genie thing, Kate, that you're seeing, is it the shadow thing that is the genie thing?
It's on Knight's right shoulder, and it still is. Do you still have that?
What was the purpose? Do you still have it?
I definitely still have, like, I guess we're talking about, I call it the OCD, you know, my OCD monster. You know, I do still have it. It's something that I kind of coexist with, but it's also something that, like when I do tarot, for instance, it shows up as the devil, as the circle, like the O, like the chains are like the OCD, and it's something I'm trying to break free of.
Why do you call it OCD monster?
So it's like my my obsessive compulsive disorder. It's that's the thing that's what I like. It's for me. It's it's genetic. It's but it's something that's what the OCD monster is like obsessive thoughts, like obsessive intrusive thoughts, and then the compulsion side of things would be the things I do that I used to do to avoid thinking about or going to uncomfortable places. I have to learn to sit with the discomfort and just kind of face those fears and face the like kind of figure out a way to not let OCD dictate my life, is that kind of thing, because my OCD is the thing that has in my mind since I was young. It's very all or nothing, very good or bad, very black and white. That's not how I am, but it's very like, this is good, this is bad. Tell me,
merge them. Why don't you merge with your OCD monster?
Okay.
We can always undo it if it feels like fucking terrible. I know it's not, because I'm talking to it. But if you don't, like if it's just you don't like it at all, it's terrible, bad, whatever, we can always unmerge with it.
Yeah, no, it's really just how I've identified what my experience more. Like, it's just like, oh, this is kind of like this thing that
Okay, I'm going to let you know that your identification, that the things you've worked really hard, like I just talked to Kate about this yesterday with like, you work really, we all do. We work really hard to understand ourselves, to learn the labels of what we are, to dismantle the labels of what we are. And then once we have like, okay, this is who I am. I'm finally okay with who I am. Oh, great. Now that you're fine with it, let's change it. And it's like, I've already worked so hard on figuring this out.
Process
But night, if it's peaceful for you, even if it's something you've identified with for forever, can we try?
Yeah,
and like
totally.
Kate said, we can undo it if not.
Yeah, definitely. I'm super open for sure. Yeah, I'm totally open to like learn. I do think everything's about learning and unlearning so much. Yeah, absolutely.
Every series I have, my old series on YouTube, there's always at least one video that I'm like, oh, that is not true anymore.
You're like,
disclaimer.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Mm-hmm.
So
totally. So should I try merging with my? Should I try merging with my OCD?
Merge them together first, and then merge with it.
Merge them together as in my OCD
and your 7-year-old self.
My 7-year-old self.
There's a black and a white that needs to merge, and then it needs to go in to the 7-year-old self, and then all of that inside little him needs to go into you.
Okay.
So like the devil and angel on your shoulder, the white and the black.
I like to say I live in the gray, but I do have. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you?
Okay. Should I just say spirit if it's in
do
my
this? No. Put one on your hand, like get it off your shoulder, put it on your hand. Bring it in front of you. Same. Introduce them to each other. Do you remember each other? And then see if they want to hug.
Definitely.
Okay. Because I was going to say, like, get a long shirt, but I don't like that. That's horrible. That's forceful. So if they want to hug, so put them on the table together.
Shooting fire at each other.
Yeah, put them down on the table together. Kate sees them shooting fire at each other.
Okay.
Then why would they be doing that if they're like, oh my God, it's just bestie fire? Like, I don't know. Because it looks like you can merge them together. They're just shooting fire at each other. I don't know.
Okay.
Like a shield?
Take your little fingers and remove intrusive thoughts from both of them.
Okay.
Like this.
One of them is British. I cannot. You've removed the shit. That's great.
Okay, now with your fingers, put remembrance on their heads.
Okay. Remembrance.
Hey, only one of them talks. So that's interesting.
Okay. Now what are they doing, Kate?
They're showing me that only one of them talks. The OCD monster is the only one that talks. Why is the other one holding their throat? Holding their throat. So it's like it reminds me of the
Pull
Little
this
Mermaid.
pull this out of their little mouth. The thing that's stuck.
Is it the white one? Like the
Yes.
that one?
Yes.
Yes. The magic wand that looks
Pull
like
it
a
out of
toy
their throat.
wand.
Okay.
It was a toy wand. Whatever that means. Okay. Wow. Their voice is annoying. That's probably why. Like, I don't know if I'm looking at, like, not to me, to the other one. They're like,
Okay. Pull the things out of the dark one. Pull the things out of its ears.
yes. Okay.
Kind of a little shit.
His voice has become more boisterous. So that'll be real fun. I guess because he can hear himself talk.
I do have like a bratty little energy as well as like a little angel energy. Like I was a prince, that kind of thing when I was young.
Can you release the soul? I don't know what. Release the soul fragments between the two of them.
So like we're like playing with the borrowers or something. Like
it is.
This is how I really do my soul fragment release and return. I do this.
Is it seriously?
Yeah, that's my gesture.
Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Magic. Okay. Okay.
I don't know if this is relevant. You know the singer Selena? La, 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 la.
Yeah.
One of them is singing Selena. So that's cool. I don't know. Oh, they might like do things in song.
That makes sense. I feel like a lot of my guides do things in song and like, yeah.
I don't think they're guides. I think if this makes any sense to you, I think they're aspects of you. If that
makes
okay.
Totally.
Okay. So they're team members. I think that's the best way to put it, is team members.
Okay. Yeah.
This made me take a deep breath. Okay. It feels like you're about to orchestrate something. So it's like, Beethoven Symphony, go. Dun, 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 dun. This is making no sense. Do you know what to do? It's like,
hold on. I feel like
pictures. They're scattering around. Huh?
By Beyonce. I have Break My Soul by Beyonce stuck in my head right now. Just
do it. That's probably what it's talking about then. It's like orchestrate, King.
Mm-hmm. You're doing something.
Orchestrating.
I know, we're trying to vibe. We're trying to vibe together.
Oh, it's like in Steven Universe where they like dance together and then they merge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
It's funny because I do try to merge all my forms, but I feel like because I wasn't aware of them, I don't think I've ever like maybe merged like successfully with them because I didn't think like maybe I do
layers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now you have to introduce Little Knight to them in their merged form.
Okay. Does Little Knight still have that thorn crown inverted on him?
Yes.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's like, I feel like in my mind, like there's so many things that pop, like to me it makes sense on a like my thoughts when I was that age, like that's when this like kind of
You've marked yourself as damned.
that kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny because Kate has marked herself as toxic.
Mm-hmm.
So fix that shit.
Can you just touch it and destroy it?
Should I touch it on myself or like on my younger self?
On your younger self first. Well, that's where it started. So it's
Mhm.
gonna ripple.
I think I'm holding it.
Can you fist it, please? Because you need to see the truth. You need to see
Okay.
your 7-year-old self needs to see the truth. I know it's weird to do it on camera. It's okay. You can just say activate Knight's fist, truth fist, whatever.
Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please activate my fists of truth on my younger self's thorny crown.
So this reminds me of a church song from church camp while you're doing that. And it's like, if I had a little white box to put my Jesus in, I'd take him out and and share him with a friend. And if I had a little red box to put the devil in, I'd take him out and smash his face and do it once again.
That's
Sorry.
actually so accurate.
Spirit, please don't do that.
I just don't want to I don't want to hurt myself or hit myself in the face.
Kate does really well if you her soul likes to get slapped around. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And that makes sense to me. Everyone's into different.
No, it's not kink.
No,
Stop.
I'm just kidding.
This is what gets the stuff done. You're not holding on to your head anymore. You took the crown off, but it's like you don't want to let it go. You just did. The food turned to ash in our mouths. That was a Pirates of the Caribbean quote.
It made it made intrusive thoughts come down and out through my throat. I need to spit again. I'm just gonna swallow it because that's what ladies do.
Ew.
Sorry.
Were you watching it, Night? What were you doing?
Watching.
You looked down at something.
It hurts the back.
Oh, I think I was just having intrusive thoughts. That sometimes I dissociate sometimes.
No, bruh, like you keep, first it was the crown, and now you literally just sprouted bony, like shitty wings out of your back.
Yeah, it hurts.
Like me just now did that?
Yes. Like you're like, I will be marked. Like, I don't know what this is. You're like, oh, I am. Y'all cannot convince me.
I really tried to.
Knight, are you part of Lucifer?
I'm part of Azrael.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel very connected with Azrael. Like I've merged. Like that's one of. Yeah.
Can you hug Lucifer?
Yeah. Hold on. I think I have to put my phone on low battery mode. Hold on one sec.
You don't have a charger. Laser. Whatever Whit said earlier.
Laser focus.
Laser focus. Oh, okay. All right, Lucifer. I don't know.
I don't know. Got to show the things. I don't know what that was.
Sorry, I had to put my phone on low battery mode. I'm back.
We heard you.
Do you
announced it the first time?
Oh, okay.
Okay, laser focus. Do you need to go get your charger?
When I was doing the thing, I was having someone. Oh yeah, can you again? By the way.
Oh, did you need to go get your charger?
Me? Oh. I thought you were talking to someone named Laser Focus.
Your name is Laser Focus?
You're laser focused because you pause.
Okay, yeah, I have my charger.
But Knight, your pause is the best. Like everybody else, like they pause like this. And your pause is always this.
Like picture day.
Oh my God.
It's great.
I
It's
have
like,
my charger.
he's focusing again. He's laser focused.
Yes.
Yeah. No, yeah. Oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I have chargers. We're good.
Okay, cool.
I think that while I was doing that, I was having intrusive anxiety, intrusive thoughts, like, like, oh shit, did I say something wrong? That kind of thing. Like, so I was like, I think I dissociated.
Oh, because I said hitting, and you were like, everybody's into something, and then I was like, don't make it dirty, and then you were like, I have been shamed.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't do shame.
That must be that's Ben is the same part of that oversoul. Ben's connected to Azrael too, so they go into Shane house.
I relate to Ben a lot on that. Like, yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. That guilt and shame is something I constantly am trying to work through, and like, just like, I release it. I try to like take the pressure off myself to be, just to be all the things, like, just, like, and just kind of let myself exist. And, but that, yeah, guilt and shame is something I really like. That's something I struggle with a lot.
So is it part of that oversoul that needs to be, is there something that, because I get that Azrael and Lucifer, they're brothers, they need to hug. They need, like, something that needs to happen there.
We merge them first. Like, we merge the black and the white together. Can you merge that with your 7-year-old self?
Oh, okay.
First?
I thought.
Okay, so, should I do spirit if it's in? Should I do my highest good or the highest good?
Your highest good, yep.
You do stuff with your hands, bro. Like, don't overthink it. Don't worry about the words. I don't care if it's a podcast. Do the things that make sense to you.
Yeah.
Hug me. Bring it in.
Bring it in.
Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please merge the black and the white entities together.
They're already together.
Now with 7-year-old you.
Okay. Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please merge the black and the white entities with my 7-year-old self. I'm feeling movement.
Don't you want to be evil like me? Don't you want to be... Have you ever seen The Descendants?
Mm-mm.
It's a Disney movie, and it's like the villain's kids. So it's like this island is all the like princes and princesses and all this stuff, and then there's this island over here, and it's all the like descendants of, the evils, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like Beauty and the Beast's kid, he grows up, and he's like, I want to give the kids a chance, like 4 or 5 of them, however many, and brings them over to coexist. And they're like, we love being evil, but then they don't actually, because like they've just been told they were evil their whole life. So
yeah, that makes sense. I feel like, because I really doubled down as a kid. Like, I thought I was bad, and then I kind of like pushed a part of myself down, or avoided a part of myself through my teenage years. And I knew I wasn't in alignment with really like me. Like, I feel like I really like put on a front, like I really, I wasn't actually like the person I am today. Is like, I'm actually allowing myself to be, to be free and be myself, and, accept all parts of myself. But yeah, through my younger years and my teenage years, I really just put up fronts and didn't really allow myself, to get to know me fully.
Can you download all the stuff that you've done for yourself? But I mean, like, not overwhelmingly so, like not mind melting, but to little you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you, because, okay, so I keep getting like telling Amethyst, my kid, that they're a little shit, and then just going with their eyebrows and stuff, like, I know I'm a fucking little shit, and I'm really great at being a little shit. There's a little bit of him, little you, that needs to own it.
Yeah, definitely. What did you say I should try?
downloading it unless Kate's seeing something different.
Nope.
So download everything.
Do you want to repeat? You want me to give you some words, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Spirit, if it's in my highest good.
Spirit, if it's in my highest good.
Please download.
Please download.
All of the, like, kind of like Katniss, but like all the nightness.
All of the nightness.
That I have become.
That I have become.
The balance.
The balance.
The integration.
The integration.
The awareness.
The awareness.
The self-love.
The self-love.
The self-empowerment.
The empowerment.
And the like.
And the like.
Into Little Night.
To Little Night.
But conducive to what he needs.
But conducive to what he needs.
There you go.
A lot of movement. My whole body like leaned back and I'm slack. Like I feel relaxed.
I feel like you need to leave him a shirt. That's so weird. Like a shirt for him to put on.
Interesting.
Like to feel you.
Yeah, to feel like himself. Like just, it's like, even if it's in private or out in school or like something that he could get away with wearing, and it just made him feel like almost like an suit of armor, but it's like a very him thing, a very you thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like one shirt comes to mind, like a black, like I wear a lot of black shirts, you know.
Uh-huh.
Like I have this, I don't even know, I haven't even listened to the band, but it's like one of my dad's old shirts that I claimed as mine since I was
young. It's one of those. It's that.
Because She Wants Revenge on it, and it's like,
yeah,
it's kind of badass.
There's only one song by theirs that's good, and then the rest of them I don't like.
Yeah, I haven't heard any like of them. It's just like, it's a band shirt that I just wear even though I don't know what the fuck they are, and I love that. But yeah, I think that's the shirt. That makes sense.
Because it's something that he could wear. It feels like super masculine. Mm-hmm. It's his dad's shirt. He's like, he feels, it's black, so it's a little bit edgy. Mm-hmm. It says revenge on it. Mm-hmm. Like, it's tough.
It makes sense, and I think he could get away with wearing it because I remember wearing a Sex Pistols shirt to school in 3rd grade, and I remember work out. So I feel like maybe this shirt could work out.
I was trying to get like Amethyst. I was like, hey, you want to do like a backpack or whatever? And they wanted to do like an Eddie from Stranger Things kind of shirt or like backpack. Yep. And then it was the Heathens Club or the Hellfire Club. And Amethyst was like, I can't fucking wear that to school. I can't wear any of this as Hellfire, Mom. What is wrong with you? With like horns on it? I was like, yeah, but you go.
Yeah.
But she goes into stealth mode. She can get away with wearing fucking anything. She doesn't get dress coded on anything. So something about Little Night maybe can go into a little bit of stealth mode.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Should I just kind of say, please like leave this shirt for him as, like armor for himself?
It looks like you just go and look for it and you're like, that one. And it gets
that one.
It gets like flung to you or whatever this is.
I see him wearing it.
Okay.
I see. Mm-hmm.
Now you need to merge with it in this form of you if you feel comfortable with it.
Okay.
You're doing it, babe. You're already doing it.
Okay. I said spirit. That's good. Please merge.
Hey, he's melting. I don't know what that means. Not human.
Like I can feel us becoming like together, like
But I don't think you're supposed to look like a puddle. Like very heavy.
Okay. Should I
say calibrate us? Calibrate me, cleanse and purify me, and that's it.
Spirit is my highest good. Please calibrate me and cleanse cleanse and purify me.
It's like if you asked an AI what Night Diamond looked like.
Am I becoming solid again? Or am I still a puddle?
No, you're becoming solid again.
Yeah.
But like a molding, like Kat said. So it's funny. I don't know, still keep looking over my shoulder like you're expecting something, like expecting the anxious to come back. Like
Me who feels like still like I'm still grappling with, like, I don't know, like I still feel, anxious or like guilt and shame still.
it's almost like you're looking for it to come back to you. Like you're like, I didn't really do this healing. Like where is my guilt and shame?
You're right. Mm-hmm.
Can you put your fists through that? Yeah. Put it through the guilt and shame and the looming anxiousness.
I feel like what's happening is I'm expecting myself to get off this live, and then I'm expecting myself to feel guilty and bad about, or like pick myself apart.
Yeah. Put your fucking fist through that. I'm so serious. It's looming there. And then, because if you don't feel it, you're going to make yourself fucking feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
What's that commercial where it's like, blah, blah, blah? Oh, that's Terry Crews. The Terry Crews commercial. Where it's like, blah,
I don't know
blah,
what you're talking about.
blah. Odor blocking with Old Spice. And it's Terry Crews in underwear, and he's like blocking the odor, and he's like, blah, blah, blah. It's night.
All I thought of when you said that was, I think, Lil Jon being like, shots, 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 shots.
Shut, everybody.
Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please activate my fists of truth to punch through the looming intrusive thoughts, anxiety, and shame that I'm waiting for.
It made me burp, so that's weird.
Okay, I'm moving forward.
How come there's part of this live, like how come there's part of working with you that I can like, it's like, oh, I can help with this. And then there's other parts where it's like Kat's not allowed in. Not on purpose, and it's not in a like, how come I'm not invited? There is something there. I don't know if it's that shame part or something, like that you're like, I don't want, and it's not just I don't want to be seen on the live, I don't want Kat to see this part.
Like a shame?
A little bit like a shame, but it's like we're hanging out, we're doing good, and then all of a sudden you like duck behind this like wall, and then we're doing good or whatever. And even though I'm right here, I'm listening, it's not on, like those parts are not on my clipboard because you're like, nope, that's mine, thanks.
I think it is, honestly, coming on the live is honestly a really big deal for me, I think, in my healing, because I think I can be really guarded. I have a lot of trouble, I think, it's my kind of worry of like letting people in, like being seen, just.
Night, your presence is amazing. The first time, not only like your presence in the comments, right? Okay. So that was good enough. Like that was great. Then I had a session with you and I was like, whoa, like I understand I was attracted to your presence. I was attracted to you. And it was like, I got to let you know so we can deal with this and figure this shit out real quick. Cause that happens sometimes. So it separated. Then you'll show up in like a Zoom class and it's like, oh, great Night's here. He's so charismatic. He's so great. And then on the live, even your still shots are so fucking charismatic when you're frozen. So like, what the fuck is this?
I need a
like you're magnanimic. You're great.
Magnanimous.
Well, that's it. That's the word.
Yeah. That's like, I really appreciate that. Like, I think myself, I'm like, I love y'all. Like, I already, like, they already love you, or like, I don't need to feel that, like, that I'm not, like, that feeling of being unworthy, or unworthy of healing, unworthy of, friends, or unworthy of making connections with others, and like being seen for who I am. And I think I just really, it's something that's why I really wanted to go on the live, because I really wanted to just like put myself out there and be like, and kind of just like let myself face a fear of being judged by others, or fear of, like, I think I have a past life where I could hear everyone's thoughts all the time, and I could hear their thoughts about me. And I think it's even in this life, it's something I have to like,
That's a sensory control knob thing. I don't know if you ever heard us talk about that, because I do too. And I just am like, wow, I'm really not interested. You could tell them no too.
Yeah.
You say,
no. And I think I kind of, I'm always trying to see myself through other people's eyes. And a lot of times I do see myself not, like not in a, I see myself, although like I try to see, like I pick myself apart, in ways.
Okay, so I was talking to Kate about this, and I was also talking to Helen. I don't know if she's still in here because she's in a different part of the world, but I was talking to her today on the phone. What we look like, right? Who we are physically, whether we change our hair, whether we change like what kind of clothes we wear, all the image that we put forward, whether we agree with it or not necessarily, or our physical attributes are specifically connected to the people that are drawn to us to watch us, that need our message. So like I spent a good bit of time going through the timelines trying to figure out why my teeth were crooked. And I had to realize that it was connected to timelines, and that you can actually chart in my videos when they straighten a little, when they get crooked, even more crooked, the overbite changes. I had to how much time did I spend trying to get my sight? And then I was like, no, you know what? I'm a fucking feeler. Or like when I wear eyeliner, or when I don't wear eyeliner, or the color that I dye my hair, it brings in a certain audience, or the birthmark that I have. So that being said, what about the way that you look and your persona is there for others? Like, what do others, put yourself in someone else's shoes for a minute, and it's going to feel kind of uncomfortable, but what are people going to gain? Like, if you were looking at you, what would you be attracted to you about in this moment?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I want to know. Like, it's super uncomfortable. What about you, if you were watching this live, would you be attracted to hear, to listen to you?
I feel like, honestly, my openness and my, like, I do try to bring a lot of like love and, like just, like honesty, vulnerability. And I feel like a really friendly person. Like, I feel like I am like a very like, the biggest thing I'm attracted to about myself really is the fact that no matter who you are, I will welcome you. And like, I will like, I am very like welcoming as a person. Like, and I will like, I want to get to know you, and I want to understand you. And I want you to feel seen and heard, and have like, feel safe with me. I think I'm attracted to that about myself. I think my smile is cute. This is definitely uncomfortable. I think that I like my facial hair. This is my antennas. Like my my safe place, like my fuzziness. The external things, like it's like my smile, I like my shoulders.
Did you know you can see your aura quite clearly against that screen or that color?
Yeah, that's actually one of the. I'm like you, Kat, where I feel mostly, but I do see. I see auras. I can see auras. I do have like, I can see too, but it's not like, I think I do see my aura, and pretty clearly. Yeah.
You talking though is making, like, I want to cough, I want to throw up, I don't feel good, I'm turning red, I want to cry.
Mm-hmm.
Would it help if you knew like the bluntness of how do I put this? Of like what people actually see the first impression? Would that help?
Whether it's good or bad, would you like to see an honest perspective through? Kate can look through other people's eyes, or like a general, because I'll be like, why are they getting this? And she's like, hold on, I have to watch your video. Okay, 30% of the people feel like this. 50% of the people feel like this. 20% of the people feel like this. Oh, wait, never mind. That's 18%. There's 2% that actually feel like this about it. And then before I post it, sometimes I'll be like, okay, let me change this word. And she's like, sorry. I can't, hold on.
Maybe the factual thing isn't what you need. It was just a question of like, maybe you would like this better.
I'm totally down. I'm down to hear it. Honestly, I feel like
not according to Kat's consensus.
oh man. I guess if
it literally feels like I'm scared out of, like, not scared. It's like, I will throw up if I hear this stuff. I will throw the fuck up if I hear this stuff. I don't want to hear it. Whether it's good, quote unquote, or bad, quote unquote, I don't fucking want to hear it. I am fine with my vision of myself. Thank you very much.
That's fine.
I think I'm trying to be very much.
You want to hear, I'm going to have Kate do it for me. The people in the live, there's 24 people in the live.
Okay. What do you want to know? What their first
you have to be direct with it. Okay, Kate. When I am visibly throwing up, how does that make people feel?
Oh my gosh, that girl is in pain. This is somebody that doesn't know you. Oh my gosh.
Okay. What about me talking about my teeth being crooked?
Oh, honey. No. And it's like, we're not saying anything. There's no judgment on her teeth. It's really weird. Who did I become?
It's like when someone's like, I feel like I'm not fat at all. And they're like, you're so cute. And it's like, I didn't say I was ugly.
I didn't say, fat is bad thing. Yeah.
It's like a very like tut. Oh.
Don't say, oh, it's Janine,
damn it.
No, Kat, your teeth are fine. You're beautiful. Janine, shut up. I love you. Just, Spirit, please don't do that. Janine's the best. So would you like, she just can like tune into stuff.
I'm down.
Well, what I want to do is these people that have never seen you before, all I did was ask or look at their reaction. I can do that, and I did. Okay, your eyebrow to hair ratio on your forehead is very alluring. You have nice eyebrows. There is a resemblance to Adam Sandler. That is interesting. Look at those cheeks. Oh my gosh.
That's actually really funny. My mom dated him.
What?
That's weird. Funny. Well, now I told everybody that.
That's great.
Oh, Adam. That's the things. Those are the 4 things.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for, for like hyping me up and helping me and, being so just like kind in the comments and yeah.
No, but Kate's not being like, I gotta make this really clear. She's not cherry picking the things.
Oh yeah.
She's not, so
okay.
It was like that negative
authentic.
Stuff.
Because I don't do the feelings thing. I know you know that. You've been watching my videos.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. No, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone in general, just like, because I see their comments and, I appreciate everybody. But yeah.
Someone is really focused on your cheeks, though. I got that just now. I didn't even mean to either. There's like, and those cheeks.
Thank you.
Okay,
Honestly,
can you channel something for me?
Yeah.
For about night?
Okay.
If he was to start making more, not saying that you have to, just saying, if he was to start making more spiritual content on TikTok, how big of a crowd would he draw in just on his presentation alone?
That's really weird. Instead of an answer, it gave me a rope. A rope fell down, and it just showed me him climbing it. Like, it's not gonna matter. It's all about the journey.
Right, for him, but I mean,
I know, it's like y'all got. She has to be so specific. It's so
Okay.
weird the way this works.
okay. If he was to start talking about his childhood journey, like how you do your cheeseburger stuff, which isn't necessarily spiritual content, that is personal, the mind of Kate kind of stuff. If Knight was to start doing the mind of Knight kind of content, would he, like, how quickly would a crowd be enticed to listen and relate to?
It's gonna start in the 200s. Why does it go up by 200s? It always goes up by 200s.
Okay, if he was to talk about his, like, just spiritual story times or whatever, or just as like a daily vlog, are there people, okay, basically I'm trying to get, like, where does his lighthouse need to point? And it doesn't mean that he needs to, but, like, who is looking for him in the storm?
This is something I think about all the time, actually.
Like, what is the topic that helps people the most that he could focus his light and it helps people come to shore? Because once he has a start point, he can go like this.
The climb.
And expand out. The climb?
The climb. The journey.
Okay,
Like,
from what to what? Like,
How
what's the
night
start
became
off
night
point?
today.
that makes sense to me.
That's it. It makes sense to you? Okay.
Yeah,
Because it's
that
very
makes
much like, it's the climb. I don't even know that
Mhm.
song.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's been a journey since, like, it's been a 7-year journey. Like, I feel like, I mean, it could be even longer than that, but, you know, it's 7 years ago is when I think it really started, like, a huge tower moment, and then it started rolling from there, like, who I am today, you know.
Rolling with the homies. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think about this a lot because I always think about kind of like, I'm actually in a good place in my life, and I am at peace with how things are right now. Like, me just, like, I really have come to a really, like, amazing place right now. And I'm always obviously looking to keep growing and kind of push and face
You're
my...
you're 5 knots up on the rope.
Interesting. Interesting. I always think about, like, for instance, I used to, before I really had, like, a spiritual awakening, you know, whatever you want to call it, I used to want to be a therapist. That was my goal. And then I realized I couldn't do...
Why did you want to be a therapist?
One of my abilities is really, like, I listen to others, and I can just understand what they need, like, what they need to be, like, what they need to hear, or just what they need to be, like, validated on, like, I can really get a picture, like, a full on picture of what is going on, like, in someone's life, with someone's feelings. I've always been drawn to helping others in that way. But I realized that I could not do it through, like, institution. I couldn't do it through, like that hard work mentality. Like, I couldn't do it I could not do it through college or through, like, I realized, like, that was not my path. Like, I realized that the way I can help others and help the world and help myself couldn't be through those type of means. And then I went through a whole kind of dealing with that, and then realizing, okay, I don't need an institution. I don't need a degree to help others, you know, in whatever way, you know, that I can and that I need to. And even if I just, like, help my friends or family, like, that's also good enough to me, but there was always a part of me of trying to figure out, like, then I thought, oh, am I supposed to be, you know, having my own, like, you know, healing? Am I supposed to have my own, you know, like, whether it's a business or whatever, like, it's not even about the money for me, like, just having like another way or outlet to help others this way. And then I realized also that it's like, maybe that's not also, like, that's not how, I don't know, like that I need to go about things. So it's been a constant, like, I am at peace with my life, but I know that there are things I can do to help others, but it's not going to look in it's not going to look in a normative, it's not going to look in like.
Do you want to know what it looks like?
Yeah.
I'm going to walk you through seeing it so other people can follow along for themselves. And then since you're more of a feeler, maybe Kate can help with the eyes part. So,
Yeah.
So you're going to say, Spirit, if it's in my highest good.
Spirit, if it's in my highest good.
Please show me.
Please show me.
On my physical human timeline.
On my physical human timeline.
Of current day me.
Of current day me.
Future me.
Future me.
Living their purpose.
Living their purpose.
While helping others.
While helping others.
It's hot. I feel like you're outside somewhere.
I feel like Little Nicky. It took me to the tower of Little Nicky.
I am seeing a lighthouse. Like, I do see that image. Like, it's interesting because what I'm doing now, like my goals right now, it's like, for instance, I am that for my family and my friends. Like, I want to be a safe place, a safe house for everyone who needs it. Like me and my partner are trying to move right now to a house because.
Dude, this feels like a camp counselor.
Interesting.
Why are you zooming out of the camp counselor or the lighthouse?
I think my mind's just showing me all kinds of things, and I'm having or I do, like, it's hard to separate what in my mind, like, it's hard to see, I guess, like, I have trouble seeing sometimes. Like, I do feel, I'm feeling a lot, but I have a lot.
You're doubting the stuff that you feel based off of the things that we say, but it can be all of the things.
Mm-hmm.
It can be inside the tower, inside the lighthouse as a camp counselor. It can be all of it together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I could totally see all of that.
Have you ever thought of that? Have you ever thought about, like, a counselor of sort? Because it's like, that makes sense with the rope. I don't know. That makes sense with the helping younger you, helping with the journey, sharing your journey, that, like, presence that you have, being a therapist but not being a therapist, like, helping people in their vulnerable times in order to have a safe space to move forward.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be a youth minister at some point in time. And my youth minister was like, I don't think that's a good idea. And I was like, listen, just because you saved yourself for marriage and didn't drink or didn't do any drugs or anything, that's great for you, but I will be able to relate to the children. Thank you very much, because I was a heathen. So I can relate to them.
You son of a bitch.
I think that this resistance from me, or like it's like I'm constantly stuck in this in-between place where on one side, I'm like, I'm happy and content with my life. I'm happy with the direction my life is going. I like the dreams I have are like, oh, have a house, like have it be a safe place for friends, for family, whoever needs to stay with us. Like have this, like.
You keep saying friends and family, but you're supposed to be with strangers. I don't know why that keeps sticking out to me. I know friends and family are your safe spot, which is odd because for most people, friends and family is not the safe spot. It's strangers, but.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like this in between where that's what I want, but I'm always like, is there something more like there that could fulfill just me, like, and make me feel, you know, like I'm doing the thing that I can, you know, I'm always in that in between, like things are good. Why is there something I want more?
Okay, so on the Google Maps, right? It's like you in this little peg point, like you as this little person, right? And it's almost like you're looking up at this great big world.
Yeah.
Like, is there something more? Okay, change your perspective. And I want you to look down at little you.
Yeah.
No, do it, fucker. Okay. Okay, all of that big greatness of the world, push it together with your hands and stuff it inside your own head, like you did those little dolls of you.
Let me try to. I have my phone hooked up to the charger. Okay.
Don't try to get out of this, motherfucker. No.
Just put this, see if I can prop
Get
this
out
up.
of this.
Okay, I'm trying. Okay, and then so say it again. Oh. I'm trying. Okay.
You're looking down. Look down at yourself, you as you are now. Take all this grandiose, like world, universe, all the like grand scheme of everything, pull it all together and stuff it down inside of yourself now. You have to get one of those stick things and stuff it down. It reminds me of when Witchfoot was packing the oils.
I get what you mean.
Get a
It's like I feel like I'm like churning butter.
Get a pencil.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and now jump inside there.
Blue sky dude, we can too.
That literally is what it looks like.
All that, what is that fucking, it's all that stuff, all that good stuff or whatever, that's in you. Like, you are that. That is you. You are, instead of looking out, realize you're already doing it. So, in order to do the things, like, I did a series not that long ago about, like, me before my spiritual awakening. I was already doing the things, man. Just doing the things, just being me. Kate does the mechanical things, right? How fucking spiritual is the shit that she fucking does? And she's just Kate doing things with the like airplanes and the engines and things. You know?
That's absolutely.
How many times just being you? Like if you keep looking out here,
looking outside of yourself instead of looking in. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So what's some stuff that you naturally do? What is something, so we've already looked at like, what do you look like? How is your journey? What would you talk about? Your journey. Okay. What is something that is very Night that you already do that people are like, oh my God, bro, when you go like this, that is so fucking you, bro. Oh my God, when I saw this, it reminded me of you. I heard this song, reminded me of you. Or saw this movie, it reminded me of you. What is something that is very Night?
When I laugh. Like, I think people, like, that's one thing. I laugh a lot. It's just, like, I'm always laughing. And, like, yeah, like, I think that's something that people always tell me or, like, comment on. Like,
what heals in other people with your laughter?
I think it makes people feel like they can be silly. They can be themselves. They can be at home. Like,
okay. So what does it do to the energy around them?
I think it lightens the energy. Around them. Like, it's even like if I anxious laugh, I think it transmutes. Like, even if I laugh out of anxiety, I think it still transmutes whatever the anxiety is.
Yep. It does. Okay, so what do you do for your like quote unquote human job?
I'm in a very I don't actually work.
You can say nothing, Night.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay, so what do you do for your human hobby?
I play video games with like friends. What do you do?
What kind of video games do you like?
I love Dead by Daylight because it's kind of like a teamwork type of game where we can work together and strategize and try to win as a team. And that's why I love that game. And I play.
What role do you play when you play that game?
I play the utility. I do everything. Like I heal everybody. I do all the gens. I make sure that I fit the slot that is needed on the team.
It's interesting. It's kind of what Ben and Shayden do too.
That's one of Shayden's favorite games.
And Ben's
Oh my God,
really
that'd be-
like the Arab
That's
boy
awesome.
of things too.
I would totally play with y'all. That'd be hilarious.
You know, they have this new thing. It's called Wi-Fi and internet. You can like play games with each other. I don't know if you've ever heard of it,
Yeah.
but you
Online
actually can
multiplayer.
like you. It's a thing. It's a thing these days. The kids are doing it.
I think, yeah. I think Kat's
Mhm.
exaggerating a little bit. I don't know. Maybe you can do it.
Okay, so it's utilitarian. Is that like the role? Is that what you would call?
I like to kind of like, like you can use perks in that game. Each perk helps with a different thing. I always pick perks that help us fix the gens, also help save someone when I unhook them. Also helps, I kind of fill the utility slot that like the everything.
Name that. It's a healing. What do you want to name it?
I've been trying to think of this actually like since the healing Zoom class, because I was like, I feel like I do it when I play this game. Yeah. Maybe it's like I think it has to do with like teamwork. It's very like
Can you
work
apply
together,
it to
solve
our
a problem.
Can you apply it to our friend group?
Like you, me, like
Think of how you would phrase it. No, I love you and all, but to Kate and Shayden and Ben and me, whatever you would call it, if it's in the highest good and our soul's consent, apply it to our friend group.
It's the autistic in me. I'm always like, I need like the little like give what like tell me what you mean. Give me those literal instructions. Okay. Spirit, if it's in the highest good, should I just apply it, or do I have to like make it first? Or
You
apply
already
it and
made it.
see what comes out.
You've already
Okay.
made
You
it.
already made it.
I think I want to call it just the Dead by Daylight, like DVD.
Well, fucking do it then. Just
Teamwork
apply
utility.
it.
Okay. Spirit, if it's in the highest good, please apply my Dead by Daylight teamwork utility healing to Kat and Kate's whole friend group.
You took a lot of weight off of me. I had a backpack on I didn't realize I had. I was carrying too much.
I feel like that's why you're getting camp counselor vibes also. Or in that game, I feel like a camp counselor. Like,
Okay, what
I'm
did you
doing
say,
the game-
Kate?
There was a bunch of needles that came out of my left eye. I don't know what that means.
Because we put a lot of pressure on you to see the things, do we not?
I guess. I
So
don't know.
you see all the things. I know you don't like. What I'm getting from that is it's like you have to see all the things all the time, and so there's no. It's like an overwhelming amount of unable to process. It's probably why it hurts so much sometimes
Oh, maybe.
when you're looking at our friend group stuff.
That makes sense.
Okay, Knight, what happened with Ben when you did that? I feel like you gave him like instructions and a new map.
That makes sense to me. In the game,
and what
you
did you
give maps.
give to? Okay, what did you give to Shayden
Toolbox.
or do
Like
for
a
him?
Toolbox, I feel like wrench,
New equipment?
New equipment. Where did you send him to work?
So in the game, he'd be working on the gens. He would be like working on the generators to, like he's needed almost behind the scenes, but he's doing so much work for the team. Like how do I explain that? But
He's doing so
doing
much work for the
mechanical
team. So much work for the team that he's always falling asleep. Quite literally, we're all sitting there chillaxing and he's asleep.
Mm-hmm.
He's
So
always in the
can
background
your-
doing something.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
is there a way that we could maybe what do you see happening for him? Because we've been working on this for a while, trying to figure out how to help him with this. And it was like, okay, maybe he does the things in his sleep. Maybe it's work. Maybe he needs to do something that's more conducive to like his passion. So what do you see from your game perspective that character, like if you were to picture it, he's struggling, he's falling asleep, and he's doing all these things behind the scene. How would you help him? What would you give him in that game? or unload from him.
Interesting. I'm seeing a couple perks in the game that I feel like he needs both like adrenaline and sprint burst. Like he needs like a like it's like the energy, like it's like a burst of energy that helps like get the stuff done. I'm trying to like think.
What form does that come in? Is it like an orb? Is it a scroll? Is it a food item? Like what does when you give that to them? Is it just a click of a button or is it a thing?
Okay. So Shayden, like it's like, so you're saying that Shayden falls asleep a lot and like y'all are not sure like, you know, like, or y'all are not sure like
oh my god, do you see his aura flickering while he does this? So fucking cool. Sorry, keep going.
I haven't been looking at his screen.
Will you say again?
Yeah.
Will you say again what what y'all are working on with Shayden, or what's the thing that you're trying to figure out?
Him falling asleep literally while we're talking to him because he's doing so many things.
It's almost like his battery needs to be recharged. Like,
yeah, and we've done work on his battery too, trying to like make sure he has the right battery. We literally have exhausted ourselves. I mean, not exhaust, but like trying to figure it out. So we need you to figure it out.
And you've checked, and it's not like he's doing work when he's asleep. It's like
oh no, he is. He is. Plus, he does manual labor because he works on airplanes. Plus, he comes up like they go. So his schedule is wake up at what time?
3 a.m.
3 a.m. Then he goes to work, does hard manual labor outside in Florida on big, heavy equipment with a team of people. Then he comes home and shit, showers, whatever the fuck you do as a human. And then Kate comes home around the same time or shortly after.
The same time.
Same time. And then they come over to our house the majority of the time. And we sit together and either him and Ben play video games or they eat, like cook dinner while Kate and I have a session. Or it's the four of us hanging out. And then there's 2 days when he stays home. But I'm
getting
he falls asleep a lot.
I just feel like he does so much, like he does so much work behind the scenes, but he seems like such a chill, like go with the flow. Like he's like, I don't know, I feel like he's like such a nice like anchor for everybody. Like he seems like he's like such a safe place for everyone in the friend group because he's like so, like he's just so like easygoing, and he's like, he does. It's like he really can transmute.
He's so easygoing that we get mad at him for not making a decision.
That's what I'm like feeling or seeing even from him. Yeah. It's funny because in the game you get what is called exhaustion. It's an exhaustion perk. It's usually like basically it's used to get away from the killer. So like there's a killer in the game and there's 4 survivors. The 4 survivors are trying to finish all of the generators to power the exit gates to get out and escape the killer. The killer is trying to hook everybody, kill everybody, and you know like that's the game. In the game, you can have these perks called exhaustion perks, where they give you like bursts of energy to run away or to get away from the killer and things, but then you're exhausted afterwards, and you have to wait until your exhaustion meter is ready again before you can sprint or like do like a fast thing or something like that again.
So he's like our heavy hitter. He's our Hail Mary, and we're utilizing him too much.
Does all of the generators. Like he's probably, you know, like in his build in my mind, like he I feel like he probably has like all of the perks that help with fixing generators, like, you know, doing like the bulk of like what needs to be done for the team, while everyone else
we would get way the fuck less attacks if we let him just exist and do his thing.
Yeah, like I think I see him just going from gen to gen to gen. He can, I feel like he probably could, it has perks that allow him to see everyone else on the team, like where everybody is at, like, or like what's, like I feel like he's like your, like, how do I explain, like I feel like he is like the heavy hitter. Like he does like the bulk of the work. He has a good idea of what needs to be done, just does it. He doesn't like, he's very like, he gets that shit done.
Kate's doing that role right now.
Interesting.
So Kate's not being all the way in Kate position because Kate is doing that plus her Kate stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense to me. So Shayden has proved thyself. That perk is, it means that when you're working on a generator, you work on the generator faster when you're with another person. When you work together with another person, you get the gen done faster. Shayden right now, he's working on the gen maybe, but he can't find his teammates to work on it with him, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Or maybe he needs someone else with, maybe he needs, you know, to get his prove thyself off.
So what do we need to do?
I could be totally off base, you know.
You're not. What do we need to do?
So someone on the team needs to run. It's so funny talking about this in Dead by Daylight terms. It seems like something either Shayden or another teammate would. So if Shayden's working on gens and he's getting it done, but he, and everyone else is filling the other roles, like let's say other people are unhooking others or like running around doing all the things. If Shayden, you know, is working on the gens by himself, his perk isn't getting utilized to the fullest because he would get the gen done faster if he had a teammate with him. What he can do is run a perk that would allow him to have everyone else see what gen he's on or see what he's doing and be able to be like, oh,
that would help. That would help us a lot. If we were just like, Shayden's busy, because right now it doesn't look like he's busy at all, even though we know, and like in our heart and our brain, we're like, Shayden's busy. But when we see him, we're like, fucking Shayden.
So what's that perk called?
So he could run situational awareness, which would allow everyone else
Download the situation.
see where he is. Like his gen would be highlighted with that he's working on. Everyone would see the work he's doing. Everyone would see where he's at. He would be able to see whenever somebody else gets downed on the team. So it would be like communication. It would be like such good communication because he'd be like, "Oh, the killer just downed Cat. Cat is over there." Like, you know, and he would be able to see everyone else where everyone else is on the map, and you would be able to see where he is working on a gen.
Okay, whatever you just downloaded, Kate, I felt it.
That perk
To Shayden?
to all of us.
Okay.
So we can all see him and he can see us. Cool. Because I find it interesting that Cat is 100% generator, according to the whatever chart, human design chart. I'm 100% manifester. Shayden is a manifesting generator. I just find that very interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. It's like, huh.
That is interesting. Yeah.
And then Ben's a projector, 100% projector. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, okay, so to help Ben will like stop whatever he's doing when he's given a direction to go somewhere else. Like doing the things and then, hey Ben, can you, oh yeah, okay. Puts it down, goes over and does the other thing.
Yes.
Hey, can you do that? Yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
Totally.
But he's not being utilized to his fullest either.
Interesting.
And if we're taking on other stuff, we're asking him to do more things, and then we're getting frustrated that the other things aren't getting done.
Can you repeat that last line one more time?
We're asking him to do more things because we're frustrated that the other things aren't getting done. So, like, we're giving him the tasks, and then we're getting upset that the tasks aren't getting done.
Okay, so Ben... So in the game, if I'm thinking about this in the game, he does pivot. Like he can just easily like, oh, like he's someone who would start a gen and then be like, oh shit, someone's all the way across the map that needs my help. I'm gonna go leave the gen, go get them. But what ends up happening is that nothing gets
finished.
So he unhooks somebody, but then oh crap, like we're like behind, like we're not getting the gens done. He starts a gen, but then oh shit, I have to go. He's jumping everywhere, like, and he's doing like he wants to help everyone. He wants to do good.
Okay, so an example. I want to tell you an exact example, because I saw it from the background of it. We were waiting at the rental car place because we just went through travels, and the shuttle bus was coming to pick us up. Shayden happened to be in the restroom. Kate was left with the 2 large bags plus the carry-on bags for their crew. On my end, I had Chris, Amethyst, Casey Ray, Ben, our carry-ons, the stroller. Okay, so Ben was trying to help my kids plus Casey Ray plus me plus the stroller plus the backpack, but because Shayden happened to be busy doing something else, Kate was on time constraints because of the plane, and then Kate had the 2 backpacks, and she automatically was like, I guess I don't fucking need help, Ben.
Yeah.
But then it was just like because she was like, just leaving me with 2 fucking backpacks. I mean, like 2 fucking suitcases, and we're in a hurry to get on the thing. There was no time constraints. But Ben was like, oh shit, I fucked up. And it's like, no, Ben, you didn't fuck up. You're trying to do everything. When I could have taken care of the kids, and you could have helped the person that needed a little bit more extra help in this moment, who had the big 2 suitcases. And then he goes into shutdown mode because Ben fucked up.
I get that. I understand that. Yeah. I feel like I'm similar. Like, I understand Ben, like, especially because I think we're both part of Azrael. Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. It's like a communication, like a misdelegation, like of like strategy as a team. Cause y'all are a team. Y'all do work together, y'all work so well together. It makes sense also, like in the heat of the moment when, like, when you're trying to keep track of so many things that, like, like I feel like Kate, you probably didn't mean it, like, or I don't know how it, like, it happened in the moment, but it's like you probably didn't want to make Ben feel bad. Ben, and Ben didn't, like that kind of thing. But like,
it was like when one of us needs a little extra help, everybody else sacrifices. They give each other extra help. It's like it was one of those things. It's like totally. But I mean, you have other things. Where's my extra help? It's like one of those.
You like, were you feeling like really like stressed? Like honestly, traveling.
Well, especially since one of the bags fell down because I was trying to get the other bag. There are 2 fucking heavy bags.
And you were like, someone help me, like just like. And
so Kate and myself, we see our unit as a team all the time.
Right. And
we're constantly like, okay, how are these pieces moving? And if someone's lacking, we notice to go help with that team member. But when we don't feel like 2 of our team members are as aware as we are, it's hard to cut them slack.
I totally get what you're saying, because you 2, you're very like if there's something to do, like you're action oriented. Like y'all were just, oh, we got to do this. Like, let's go do this. Oh, we need to, like, there's like something that over there that needs. We
need help too. So we're not trying to get buttered up. We need help with our shit too, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it seems like, yeah, like it's like, that's just like how you are. So then it seems like the way Ben and Shayden is, like, it sometimes maybe you both feel like, like, I don't want to put, feelings, like if you can totally.
We don't care, Night.
We like straightforward and blunt. If you can't tell.
But yeah, like it makes sense that, like, if like the way Ben and Shayden do things are maybe very different in like it to both of you. It's like it can maybe sometimes be like, oh, or like I feel like help, like I feel like I'm doing all this shit. Like, where's my backup? Where's my teammates? Like, because they don't just do things the same way that y'all do it. It seems like Ben is someone who, it's like if you tell Ben to do it, Ben will go. Like, Ben likes being given instruction. Ben likes maybe someone to like I get, like, that's the role. Ben likes, like, Ben maybe won't just always know what to do by himself, but if you tell him, he'll really want to try to go do it. And it seems like Shayden does a lot of like work behind the scenes, but it seems like
Shayden doesn't like to be told what to do.
It doesn't seem the same as
he Ben. Doesn't like to make any choices for himself, but he doesn't like to be told what to do either. It's really an interesting combination.
Different.
Which makes me in the Dead by Daylight world, because Shayden,
he didn't like to be told how to do it. He likes to be told, like, I'll be like, all right, we're going on vacation, so like I just need things to be like picked up. And then, like, I can't be like, so turn on Roomba or like, so vacuum. He will not. he wants to vacuum, not turn on Roomba. Like, you know what I mean?
It's like it has to be his way.
Yes.
Like he doesn't, yeah, I totally get that. Like, does he get defensive at all? Or like when you tell him to do things or no, like just.
No, he just shuts down and just doesn't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just won't do it.
He's just like kind of stubborn, maybe like about like the thing, how he, like
He'll
he has
just
to.
like shut down. He'll just be like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not stubborn. It's not pouty. Ben
Just-
and Shayden both go into this mode.
like don't compute like that shutdown, like frozen. Like this is actually something
Yeah.
if I'm feeling like, especially as an autistic person, you know, like when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I just like, I do not compute. I just shut down. There are too many things. Like I can't, you know, I get that. Like, and it sounds to me then it's like with Shayden in the Dead by Daylight thing, it's like, so Shayden goes and does the thing. He knows he goes and does he goes and works on the gen and sometimes by himself because he only, you know, he knows this is what I want to do, you know, like, and I'm going to do it, you know, like, you know, he's going to like, and it is important that like fixing the gen is important. But it's like, he needs to be able to work with others. Like, I feel like he has proved himself, you know, he needs to get this gen done and it'll get done faster with, you know, working with others. And then Ben shuts down, you know, when Ben gets overwhelmed, and, you know, Ben does best when someone tells him what needs to be done. And, you know, and he's a very adaptable. It seems like he can really pivot to so many things, but yeah, it makes sense in that moment. You know, Kate, you were feeling swamped. It almost feels like, Kate, you were like the person in the game who is unhooking everyone. Like you're going, like, I don't know, like you're picking everyone off the ground.
Oh, I do that in the physical. I'm like, hey, I saw that you were doing this. Blah, blah, blah. I did this. Okay, bye. And then I saw that you were doing this and this and this, and so I did all this. Okay, bye.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So yeah,
and you were
yeah
overwhelmed. And a lot of times it's like, and you know, it's like when you're being chased by the killer, like when you're being like, you're like, help me, somebody, I need help. Like I can't do this all by myself. Like even if, you know, it's like even if people are doing things, it's like what, like this is something that I do. Like if I'm in the game sometimes and I'm running from the killer, like, and I'm running for a while, like, and I'm like really trying to like hold out for the team, I'll be like, y'all, like, where is everybody? Like, even if they're there, or like sometimes I don't see them, like even if I or don't like recognize what they're actually doing for the team. I feel like, you know, like, and that's where like, you know, headset comes in and communication helps, because then it's like, oh, like I'm on the gen, like, okay, I need you to come.
Okay, stop. How do we get Kate a headset?
It seems like you all need headsets. Like Ben, you all need to be, and you all need to be like, okay, like Shayden needs to go like, okay, I'm on this generator, but he has situational awareness, so everyone can see where he is. Like everyone can see like,
maybe
okay,
that
I'm
is
on
our headset, the situational awareness.
Mm-hmm. And then Ben would be like, I'm on the gen with Shayden, but then if Kate or if either of you are like, okay, like if Kat's running from the killer, Kat will be like, okay, I'm at Killer Shack. I'm over here. I'm running. I'm doing this. Ben will be like, okay, I'm over here. And then Kate might be like, oh, Ben, like I found this hex totem. It's over there. Could you go, you know, like it, like just kind of like that kind of like flow of communication. And then everyone's working like a well-oiled machine.
So what happens because we don't have that headset? I have been the headset.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Kate will go, hey, Ben, what did you mean when you said this? And I'll go, Ben meant this. When he was talking about this is what was going through his head, and this is how he became, blah, 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 blah. Hey, Shayden, when you were doing this, to the point where we, like, have conversations with them, but just the two of us. And they don't even have to talk. And then we get to the point where we're like, is that really what they were feeling? Or they just, it just sounds good. So
they're just fucking agreeing with us.
Because it's like we've already solved our problems. And then we go, they're just being quiet, and we have to heal everything for everybody. What is this shit?
Mm-hmm.
But like, I end up being vocally the headset. Like I'm like spatial awareness central with like whatever the emotions are comes through my mouth like a speaker box, or out my mouth like a speaker box. That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
But
like you have
and
to
then
be
Kate,
feeling this, like Ben, are you feel how like you have to kind of do the coaxing of like, or like
nope.
No. Okay.
No,
Kate
she
does the
knows
coaxing.
thing.
I just know the things.
You just
like
know.
I literally know
I
what
do
they're
the
feeling, why they're
coaxing.
feeling it.
You're
She
getting-
does the talking. The speaker said
Mhm.
that, like, she'll be like, whenever Kate was asking you about this is what she means. Kate, you asked blah blah blah, and this is how it happened, and that like back and forth. It'll be like all conversation. It'll be like 4 conversations in one.
But it gets to the point where I'm like, why do I always, I'm the one doing it. Nobody asked me to.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody asked me to. But I'll be like, why do I have to explain everything to everyone?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, Kat, you don't fucking have to. You just won't shut up.
You're like in
That's
the middle.
not true.
It's my own intrusive things.
Okay.
Not that you said it.
Okay.
You're like the hub in the middle. Like you feel like, and you're connected. Like you're connected to everyone, and you're like almost like you know. Obviously, everyone has an important part in this group. But it feels like you hold everyone. Like everyone, you're connected to everyone. Like you and you know, like hold everyone to like how to explain that. Like that like you're receiving all of the data. Like you're receiving all of the information. You know, you're like having, you know, all the things.
Yes, but it's tiresome. What do I need to do to rectify this so everybody can have their own role?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or do I need to step into that role and let go of something fucking else? Because it's
You
a
need to.
lot. It's
Yep.
making it to where I can't even talk to people in the comments as much. You know how I used to be like, I'd have
Yeah.
conversations with people. I don't have time for answering any questions at all. I don't tell stories anymore because I'm constantly
You're exhausted.
like,
yeah.
well, I'm not exhausted. See, that bothers me too. Not that like, not like I don't want you to feel. I don't like when anybody says, Kat, you need a rest or take time for yourself or get exhausted. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm the fucking Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, totally.
So I get, but aggression is coming from where? For why?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is this? What is this aggression thing? What do I need? What gen or whatever the fuck you're talking about? What do I need?
On the team, like you kind of feel like you know, it's like you feel regardless of the reality, but it feels like you feel like I'm doing like you feel like, oh, like I'm doing all the things and I'm only one person and like I need, like it almost feels like you need to be able to rely on your team more. Like you need to be able to be like really trust, like feel like you have that trust and have the like the permission to be a member of the team, but not put all of the weight, like you know, I may sound cheesy or cliche, but yeah, like just put all of the weight of the task on your shoulder.
But I don't feel like the weight is on my shoulders because I always see all the weight on Kate's shoulders.
All the way on Kate's shoulders. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. So I don't.
Mm-hmm. But so you're saying it's like you feel like sometimes that you are, you know, doing all the things, right? And like you do feel like sometimes that you are like needing like, I don't know, like needing like that support or like that like.
I think what we really need to know is what roles are ours, what roles can we let go of, how do we make our team cohesive to the game.
Okay. Also, yeah. Sorry if I never want to put feelings or words in anyone's, like, you know, yeah.
You're gonna have to get over that. So,
Especially with us.
Yeah.
because we just don't have time for the like.
cheesy
Love you, but
antics.
yeah.
Sorry. I'm here. I'm okay. In the like, I'm thinking about it in terms of the game. Like, this is really cool, by the way. Like, yeah, to talk about this like this with y'all. You said that you feel like a little bit of
Imagine everybody in the game, right? Everybody in the game is doing their thing. They know what they're doing. They know their roles. And imagine me going to every single fucking person and giving them guidance step by step on things that they already know how to fucking do. Sometimes they need that guidance and sometimes they don't. So all that extra energy spent on explaining the things, like I'll explain something to Kate and she'll be like, Kat, I know all of that already. I was asking what time dinner was. And like, And sometimes I get overwhelmed from answering the question. Like I can't answer a question because I know all the details. I have to say all the details. I cannot say this part.
It's like
I need to know how to like.
What is that called? Whenever
like an all or nothing. Like it's hard to explain, but and I don't want to put any words or feelings in mouths, but like it's it does. It's like, even if it's not needed, or like you said, even if Kate knows the things, like do you feel like it's like, I know you've done so much work and you've healed so much trauma and you've done
oh my God, get to the point.
like is it, just that like you feel like you need to hold on, like, how do I say this, like,
is it like a validation? Is that what you're trying to say?
Like, more like it's like, even though for instance that Kate doesn't need the info, you can't help but feel like you still need to be in that, wearing that hat, and like still be on. And
no, it's not a pressure thing. It's
not convulsion. What is it whenever it just happens?
Okay, so Chris, my almost 14-year-old, he'll go, hey mom, what day are we getting back from vacation? And I can't just say the 1st. I have to say, well, I took you to the calendar and I put it all out there, and it started at July 27th is when we are leaving, and then we are getting back on the 1st. And
I have mom feeling. Right when you said that, I got the answer. But not motherhood mom.
But even if I'm not aggravated the first time, like, I will still have to give all of the details to the answer, not just the one part needed.
That's something that I really struggle to. For me, I call it the all or nothing thing, where it's like, I feel like if someone asks me something, I have to like literally tell them like everything related to that thing, and I have to go through all of the like details. Like, I have to give people the big picture, because I'm like, oh, I want this to be understood. And it's, for me, it stems from feeling misunderstood. For me, it stems from feeling like people don't, like, when I say, like, wanting people to, like, even in watching a movie, it's like, I don't want people to miss things. I want to tell everyone, like, give everyone, like, all of it.
Beautiful King, you said Pisces Venus vibes. Did you remember that I have my Venus is in Pisces?
I'm getting that it needs to be compressed.
Like, that's what it is for me. It's like that, at least, like, that's why I've developed doing that. It's because it's like an all.
I was tripped out. They're like, yes, girl. I remember. I was like, wait a second.
For me, like, I don't know, like, I struggle, like, it's like I relate to you because I feel like I'm incapable of, like, just, if someone asks me something, or if I have to tell someone something, instead of just saying this thing and just let them interpret it however they need to, I try to take control and like feel like, oh, I have to tell them everything, like, or nothing at all. Like, it's like very, like, I have to, like, give them all of the details and all of the information that I know to catch them up to speed.
I just keep getting this, Kat, like, compress.
Cool. Let's do it. Whatever it is.
Okay. It's like a motherhood word compression thing. I know it's like a really like convoluted name, but it's like motherhood explanatory compression.
I know that when Chris was younger and went to therapy, one of the things that his counselor talked to me about, or his therapist talked to me about, was like, it's like a shortening of words. Because it's like, if you say too many details, then the whole thing gets lost in the sauce. So it's something about the lost in the sauce, Kate. But it's like they can't hear me, and that's something that happens to me all the time. I'm like, people, they cannot hear me, because I'll know what questions they have, so I'll give all the details that they're going to want before they ask it.
Right.
And then I have to repeat myself, and that's nobody's fault but my own.
And it's like, I feel like that's what I'm feeling. Like, it's something that, like, that's something you need to, like, I guess, need really like help, like letting, I don't know, like letting go of, or work, like just that, like, or just, yeah, like that feeling like that, you need to cut, like, me from being misunderstood, like for me, like that like just feeling like, you know, not feeling like if I don't explain it this way, you know, they won't understand, you know,
You
or like
keep
not
saying the word misunderstood, so it gives me a ding of like
I don't know
that's
if that's-
one of the words.
Mhm.
So it's like lost in the sauce of being misunderstood, Kat? Explanation of being misunderstood?
Like you feel like you need to even cover a base before even there is a misunderstanding. Like you feel like you need to explain like a whole thing, even if you don't, even like, you know, like ahead of time, like you kind of like, it's like compulsively now, like
We're
go into that.
searching for the name because whenever we get the name, it gives us like an energetic, like, that's it.
Spirit, please put this in a language that I understand.
Spirit, could please put this on Kat's clipboard. Like the solution. This is what it is.
I did get a song in my head, but I don't, you know, I could be, I don't know. It's the You Don't See Me, like the 3 Libras, what is it, circle. It's like, you don't see me. You know that one? It's like by a perfect circle, or no, it's 3 Libra. I think it's a perfect circle, or yeah.
I'm like searching for it. It's making me tired.
Spirit, please do amethyst lost and found, healing on whatever this is. If it's in the highest good. It's not, okay, that's what it is. It's not that I need people to see me. It's the same thing as like, it's the same thing as looking for my sight, or looking, or trying to figure out why my teeth, like my bottom teeth are crooked, or, you know, worrying about weight, or worrying about anything else. While I'm looking for why people can't see me or hear me, I'm not seeing or hearing myself, or the explanation of why I do the things. I'm not focused on why I am this way. I'm focused on how to fix it,
Right.
or put a name to it. That's why we can't find a name for it. It is. Okay, so let's switch this real fast for me. This, whatever this is. Why is it important for me to give all the details?
Because
you feel
what
like
does that do?
Need them.
No, hold on. What does this do for people when I give all the details? What does this do for them?
Do you know what a wastegate is? No. Okay, sorry. It's on a supercharger, on like an aircraft engine, which means it actually does help them. It's a boost.
you have the blueprint, like, you know, the blueprint, and you're trying to get everyone else like
On the same blueprint.
Okay, so if I put it, it's not that. Okay, so you've said this before, Kate. It's like during a live or whatever, I prepare the party, I prepare the room, I prepare the things, right? So instead of like, you don't hear me, you don't see me, I need to focus on the fact that like, I say things twice. That's gonna be my thing. Like, I
You
say
hate
them
it.
to say it again.
You hate
it. I do hate it. So,
like in the Dead by Daylight analogy, it's like you would be like, hey, go do, like, you would probably be like, oh, we need to, like, you would say, we need to go do this thing, like this thing and maybe like then you have to repeat it over and over again, and maybe it did, like, you know, you feel like it doesn't get done, or if you don't.
I have to say it in like 7 different languages.
Right.
And sometimes I'll try to do all 7 different languages at one time, because Ben talks in finger motions, but he doesn't understand his own language, which is like, how? So I'll talk just like him, and he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm using your language. How
right. He's
the
like,
fuck?
beep, boop, and you're like, beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. And he's like, what? Like,
yes. And I'm like, what?
It seems like you need more than just the it seems like, okay, so now, like, let's picture everyone in the team, let's give everyone a headset, right? But it seems like we need more than that, because even just that type of communication, like just verbal, like it's, you know, something's still like, you know, there's still a missing.
I know everybody's language to the point where I don't only know how to speak to them, but I also now know how to interpret it into the other person's language. You know, in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the little thing that goes in the ear, I'm that thing.
I haven't. That's a movie. It's on my list. I'm gonna see it.
Okay, it's like a weird little squishy alien thing. It's like a worm. It's an earworm. It goes into the ear, and it takes whatever language is there. It like eats it and shits it out into a language they understand.
Right. Mm-hmm.
On the flip side of that, though, Kat, I'll see things that won't be recognized until months later. So it's like, I could be like, oh my fucking God, nobody listens to me. Or I could be like, it's going to be awesome when they realize it. You know, it's going to be awesome when they finally see it. So it's like, you might say things, like you might say a whole paragraph, and I have to sit there and think about it. Like, I have to step it out. And then I'll move forward and do the thing. And I'm like, that's what Kat meant. And then I'll step forward and be like, that's what Kat meant. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like, you know.
Or is that like, not? I'm trying to look for your facial reaction and I can't because you're still thinking about it. Go ahead, Knight. Sorry.
Like being almost like finding a way to be okay with, like, or, you know, comfortable, like, you know, comfortable with.
Okay, so I'm interrupting. Sorry. So, okay, there are people that have been with us for a while. I'll repost a series and they'll go, I finally understand this.
It clicked. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I look at the series and I'm like, and then we got on the spaceship and then we turned left. And then I was talking to so-and-so, and it seems like so simplistic and so detailed and so black and white. And people are like, I don't know what she's saying. I don't know. And then, you know, I posted a year later and they're like, oh, I get this.
Do you feel like
why?
The thing that bothers you about, like, I feel like, so it's like,
I put so much time and effort into finding out everybody's language.
Like almost like when you say something, it's the other person's responsibility whether or not, like, it's like it's on the other person if, you know, however they're going to interpret what you're saying, you know, however, if they're going to get it or not, you know, however.
I need them to get it.
Their own language. How the fuck are they going to interpret it?
Yeah, like, that's what I mean. It's like, you're going to say things and sometimes people aren't going to, you know, it's not going to, you know, even if you like are trying so hard to like make it, you know, all the languages and you're trying so hard to like meet everyone where they're at and tell it in a way they can understand, but there's still going to be people who just aren't, or who aren't going to get it yet. And it's going to be on their time, like, however, like, it's completely not your responsibility.
Okay, so one of my things that I hate the most is when someone books a session with somebody, anybody. It doesn't fucking matter. And the person they book with, or the reader, or the whatever the fuck, will say, I just don't think you're ready to receive this information yet. And I'll go, bullshit, gross, I hate it. You are ready to receive the, like, we're all ready. You got to remember who you are. Like, it's so fucking nasty to me that someone would tell somebody that they're not ready to receive it. So when you're telling me, hey, Kat, maybe they're not ready to receive it, I go,
like,
well,
like,
it's gross. I don't like it at all.
Or it's like,
that's
maybe
not it at all.
It's maybe more like that. I think that, like, how do I say this? Like, that it's how to, like, almost be okay with the fact that someone might, like, I don't know how to say
receive it. It's like a case.
It's not a you. It's not like it's not like you're, you know, you aren't doing anything. Like, how to say this?
Okay, so
Wrong.
so if I say things one way and then I have to repeat it and then I put it in a different language. So one of the things that Nikki said, she's like, oh, what I really used to like about your series is that you would just get right to the point. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I can make a 20-part series fitted into 3 minutes. Like, I didn't get to the point at all. I just said it 7 different ways. And that's what helped. So, okay, so is there, if I have to say it in a language and I am the universal translator and it's simplistic, I keep doing this. So is there, can I infuse a filter onto
what is that
my
thing
videos?
on the Da Vinci Code where it was like that tube and it moved and it had a code? That tube, what are those called? An ambigram, I guess. Put your talking filter ambigram back to its balanced divine working order. Oh,
Spirit team, please, if it's in the high school, please do whatever the fuck Kate's saying to me that I need. Sorry.
yours just stays spinning, which makes sense.
I'm gonna start doing light language. Start doing that. Maybe people will understand me without words. Be like, oh, she's onto something. You know what else? You know what else bothers me? Okay, I have to go into this. I don't know why I have to. The people that are there that are like on the 7th sector of the galactic space situation of the second world in the third world order of the new beginning light federation. But people will be like, this guy knows what he's fucking talking about because I don't understand a damn word.
The more convoluted they are.
It's bullshit. And everybody's like, yes. And then if I'm like, hey, please don't talk to me that way, they're like, you just don't get him. You just don't understand. You're just not enlightened enough. And I'll be like, cool. He's not talking about anything that actually makes any sense whatsoever, but okay. And then I'm like, here's this really simple formula. And everybody's like, no.
Right. They're like, it's too simple. You didn't use as many, big words.
You didn't use enough fake words, Kat. But now your ambigram thing is spinning and it's supposed to, because you shouldn't have to put it in 10 million billion different languages. Yeah. It does it for you and it sits right here.
So is it kind of like a filter then?
Yes, but it's ever-changing filter. Does that make sense?
Okay, guys, give me a topic that you're confused about and let me try to explain it and see if it worked. And don't be embarrassed. Like, what is something that I talk about that you're just like, I don't get it, but I am afraid to say that I don't get it?
I was going to say something like aircraft engine, like explain. I didn't even think about something that you talked about.
It's got to be something I know.
I don't know what. I was like, okay,
Flat Earth, space is ocean. Okay, let me do the flat Earth, space is ocean thing, because that's a combo. All right? So, when I look at it, it's not that it is necessarily flat. It is that it is yes, there is a dome, right? But it's like one of those floating gardens. Like, have you seen those floating gardens that you can like dive under and go in, and it's like a greenhouse inside there? So all of the planets have their own little greenhouse snow globe dome, except it doesn't go like this to run on top of each other, but in a circle this way. Fuck, I feel like this doesn't make any sense. So the domes, hold on, these glasses are empty. Here is a dome. Here's another dome. Pretend they're the same size. It goes like this. So that's one bottom. No, that's one top and that's one bottom. And this is another top and another bottom. And it goes around like this in a circle. It's never ending. So if all time is now, God, there's no way this is making any sense.
It does, actually.
Oh my God. So if all time is now, even though this is our Earth now and this is future Earth, the one that's back here would be dead Earth. But if we're healing the dead Earth before it dies, then it is now healed. And the aliens are just different us on these different bubbles that are in the space's ocean. There's a portal that goes through the bottom of it, and then there's a portal that goes to the next bottom of it. So as you look at the sky, it is ocean, but there is a hollow earth that is underneath us. We are in a hollow earth of the one above us. All of them are Earths because they're all three-dimensional planes, but they're all different planets in our brain's conception of science.
Totally. That all made sense.
Yep.
I'm totally following. Like,
I'm getting thumbs up from everybody except one who I think fell asleep. There are two others who, one looks like they're cleaning, and another one is like, oh, maybe they're high.
Okay, so the elevator thing. Dimensions, oh, that's my favorite to explain. Okay, so dimensions are like, this is a building, right? You are your own building, okay? The dimensions are elevator levels in your own building of your own oversoul. So it goes from negative 24th up to negative 23rd, up to negative 22nd, up to negative 21st, up to negative 20th, all the way up to positive 24th, okay? Now, on the upper 24th, let's look at that floor. That is a really big version of you. And as you go down through the elevator, it splits into more and more pieces to the point where it's like it ends up looking like a Sims diamond, where its top here is big, the bottom here is big, and it goes like this. Okay? Into all of the humans that exist on the planet. So no, we are not all one. Each oversoul goes like this. Each oversoul goes like this, and there's 13 of them, like the zodiac kind of thing. It goes 12, and then one in the center, which we don't want to go into that one at the moment in time, because it tries to be all the other ones. It never, whatever, it's got its own thing to do. Yes, oversouls. Okay, so the dimensions go up like an elevator. Okay, so the timelines of your now self. Your now self is all you really need to focus on, because this is the part that drives the ship. So your now self has these past lives, right? And we all think of reincarnation. So when you think of reincarnation, you think that you're dying, going up to heaven or wherever, making an agreement with people and coming back down. But it's not like that at all. It's all existing at once, and you go like this on all of your lives at the same time. So if this is you right now, all of these versions of you, when you heal this person, it heals more of this. When you heal this version of you, it heals this version of you. It all, oh, this is too much even for me to go in. I'm going in like a million different topics at once, because I'm like, hey, does this work?
It was
everything.
really good, the first one, and people got real tired.
I know, it's too much.
It was too much at
It's
once.
too much.
The first two made sense.
I do that. So that's what I do in my session. I'm like, oh, you get it? Here's everything.
you give like a big, like all of the things down, like that, download.
I saw a megaphone when you said that. Put not a limiter on it, because that would be terrible, but it's like the persons that you're talking to's limit. Oh, the same thing, the ambergram, but on your megaphone.
Is that why I went down? I'm just asking if I naturally did that when I went down to 15-minute sessions coming up in September. Or is it a 15-minute session, a 30-minute session, an hour session, a 2-hour session?
You tuned your megaphone. That's interesting.
Okay, because I remember when I went down to 30 minutes, I was like, how the fuck am I going to fit all that in 30 minutes?
With your little megaphone.
And now I have a 30-minute session, and I'm like 15 minutes in, I'm like, okay, let's work on, what else can we work on?
Huh. What's your little megaphone? That's cute. So I wonder, how come it does it sometimes and not others? Well, we're on live, so it's like a
because I needed Knight's help.
Okay. Yep. I am tired, you guys, and I have work tomorrow.
Okay, I wanted him to look at your stuff, but that's okay, because it's a really long live, so...
Maybe my stuff.
Yeah, I'm still thinking
because we're all looking at the team. The team.
I'm still thinking about, like what everyone needs, like on the team.
Because the stuff that you take on of others that you don't want to, and all those needles that got pulled out of your eye.
Fuck, that's important. Okay, that's fine. Let's do that.
It's a really long live, though.
But today I wanted to die. So, and I had to have Shayden pull me out of that. So.
Okay, so that's kind of important.
Yeah.
So let's.
Okay, let's do that. What are we exactly looking at?
I need Knight to go into his game mode and focus in on Kate's character or part on the team. She is seeing everybody and everything all at once.
Yeah.
And she's seeing where the killer is. She's seeing the things and she's going over and she's taking all the things out of everybody without telling them like what they need to do. She's not giving them any guidance to it. She just goes and does the things and she's just doing it all. And then when she's got hooks in her, she's like, ah, fuck. I guess fuck me.
Yeah. I totally see that. Like she does all of the things in the game, like that needs to be done. But she doesn't even need to. She doesn't say anything necessarily, or like it's like she just does it. But like, and then like when it's like she needs help or when she's the one hooked, like
I don't like asking for help.
She doesn't like asking for help, and since she always helps people without them needing to ask, it's like, when she does need help, she's like, you're forcing me to ask for help. Why can't you just see it on me? And it's like, I don't see it until,
Totally. Like, yeah. You do all of the things without saying anything, without needing, for instance, some people want that, like how do I say this? Like, you do things without like taking, without getting acknowledgement, maybe.
She doesn't need the validation. She doesn't need the trophy. She doesn't give a fuck. She just wants someone to get her back like she gets theirs.
Exactly.
It's painful to ask for help. I feel pain. Ask for help. So it's like, I don't know if that's a setting.
You're like suffering in silence on the hook. Like you're hooked. It's like you're in pain. And you're not, but you're like, oh, maybe someone will get me. Maybe someone will see me. Maybe maybe someone will think to come unhook me. Like I'm not, and it hurts you to actually be like, hey, like get on headset. Hey, y'all, like I'm hooked. Like, can someone come get me? Like, can someone stop what they're doing? Come help me. Like, you don't do that. You suffer like in silence.
I feel like when I do ask for help, it's like not in depth enough because I'm not giving enough information. So even when I do ask for help, it's like, I should have done it anyway. It's fine. You know what I mean? Because I don't give the information. I'm just like, it just hurts to give the information. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to me and to anybody else either. It's like,
you don't give them the information that you need help. You don't tell them what you need.
I'll give you an example. Someone in my family had hooked me in the shoulder, but it was a golden hook. So it wasn't like a normal black hook, which means that like there's extra things you need to do. Did I say it was a golden hook? Fuck no. I was like, oh, I'm hooked right here. Take it out of me. Did it work? No, because I didn't say it was a golden hook, and I didn't say it was still in me either. I was just like, that's fine.
Do you almost like, do you feel like you're like, I don't know the right word, like whether it's unworthy or, but like, do you leave out details of how big your pain is? Like you're going, like you said, like I'm being hooked by a golden hook. It's like a scourge of pain hook. It's a serious hook, but you're going to say like, oh, like, if you say anything at all, you might shrink your, like, you might even like, kind of.
I'll just say I am hooked. And I don't say the golden hook or anything like that. I don't know. Right. I don't purposefully leave out details if that's what you're asking.
Usually that works fine with her and myself because she can just say a hook and I go into downloading what kind of hook it is, where it is, why it's there, who put it there for the most part. Yeah. But if she doesn't ask for it, I won't know. And then if I'm so her even asking for it, and I'm not always around either. And sometimes I don't have the information, and then that's really hurtful because I'm the one that's supposed to have the information, and if I can't help her, then what the fuck?
Mhm.
There's a lot of that too.
So it seems like it's not you purposefully shrinking your, like, you know, your own, is like, you know, I was asking, yeah, like if it was like, you know, instead of like, it's not like about like, you know, making yourself smaller almost, or your pain or the things you're not like leaving out details because you feel like you know, it's not that. It's like, yeah, why do you feel like, yeah, like that you like, obviously with Kat, it's because, you know, Kat get like will understand even if you don't give the details. Do you feel like with other people in your life and in general, like that, even, or like with Shayden, or, you know, any
with
other
the group, I feel like
Mhm.
somebody should be able to help me. So whenever I sit down with the group and I don't feel like anybody is speaking up, I'm like, well, guess it's me again. But then I don't give them the details.
It's almost like she'll be looking at a thing, as an example, she'll be looking at a thing and ask a question, and we're just having basic conversation, right? So I think that she's just having a basic conversation, but she's looking at a thing that absolutely needs help.
Right. She's seeing everything, but only saying, oh, like just only saying one part of the puzzle.
And then I'm like, Kate, you're acting like I can see what's on your screen. Honey, I can't see what's on your screen. I don't know. I didn't know this was a serious question as opposed to what cheese are we putting on dinner. I saw no difference in the question.
It's like,
and she'll be like, I need help now. And I'm like, I didn't know.
What I'm saying.
Like,
I won't
you'll
give the
say one part of
details.
it. I get it. I totally see it. You like, you'll say, does anyone, like, you know, is anyone thinking of blah blah blah? But like you'll see like a whole thing connected to blah blah blah. Like you'll see all the things that's going on with blah blah blah. But you'll be like, has anyone thought of blah blah blah? Like just like, you know, and maybe not give. It's like only one small piece of a very, you know, of the puzzle. So everyone else is like, you know, feeling almost in the dark about, you know what the bigger, yeah.
So normally she will say, Kat, I've been getting images of this all day long. It showed up on my For You page all day long. What do we need to do anything to heal it? I've already done the things. Can you see, is there something else there? That's like in text form. If we're sitting together, it is, what is this thing about, you know, blah, blah, blah. And to her, it's all, like you said, all those details. And I'll be like, it's the same thing as like, have you guys heard of the new Brita filter? That's what it feels like. And I'm like, no, haven't heard of it. And I go back to my phone and she's like, that's fine. I guess I'll just look at it myself. And I'm like, what just happened?
I really relate to this, Kate. Like, and I do actually relate on in like cheeseburgers level. Like, you know, just, I don't know, like, you know, but I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes I feel like I am looking at like the way I look at things. Like I'm seeing, like I sometimes maybe I'm like, how do I say this? Like, I don't always compute that not everyone is seeing, is like looking at the same screen as me.
Yes.
You know, like I sometimes feel like, I mean, even in general, like I sometimes feel like I'm like behind even just like a glass wall, even in friend groups or something. Cause I feel like I don't know how to explain that, but just, yeah. Like
also I read tone and I read body language. It's kind of how I can like figure out things. Kate does not have a change in tone. She doesn't read tone, she doesn't change tone, but she does have body language. But if we're all looking at our phones and I can't see the body language, and she asks a question and I look up and it's just like a very mild tone, and I'm like, cool. And I go back. So there's what Jen or whatever, what can we give to either our friend group or to her so that we know when it's serious, because she gets real mad because it takes a lot for her to ask. And when she finally asks, everybody's ignoring her.
Because I don't complain, right? So it's like everybody's like, oh, that's just complaining. And it's like, guys, I don't complain. Remember, I don't complain. That is
the rest of us complain just to complain. The rest of us are like, man, I'm hungry. And she's like, should we eat? And we're like, no. And she's like,
what the fuck are you saying?
It just feels real good to say we're hungry.
I have to like look into this further, but the first thing that popped into my head was a flashlight. So in the game, you can have flashlights. That's one of like, so you can start out with a couple of different things. You can bring a med kit to the game. You can bring a toolbox to the game. You can bring a map to the game. and you can bring a flashlight to the game.
Kate has a flashlight because
Yeah.
Shayden has the toolbox. I have the med kit. Ben has the map.
Yep.
So you have the flashlight.
You have the flashlight. So, and what people can do as a survivor in the game with flashlights, you can use the flashlight for a multitude of things. So yeah, the main thing you use a flashlight for would be to shine in the, shine it in the killer's face, like the killer's face, and then they can't see and they can drop survivors. Like it's like a way to get the killer. But also the flashlights are a way of communicating in the game. You can, for instance, double click, be like, it can be like, you can even use it to shine light on other survivors and be like, hey, I need help with this thing. It can be a communication tool, the flashlights. It's not just even for like shining light on the thing that you need to do. Like for instance, shining light in the killer's face to make them unable to see and then help a survivor out. Like people who flashlight are like beasts at the game. Like they're like the creme de la creme. Like people who have a flashlight in the game and they're good with it, like you can save the whole from near death. Like you're like,
Kate has the flashlight.
Like you can be the
It's
person.
my favorite feature on my cell phone. Isn't that fucking weird?
Yeah, no, like.
What's your favorite app? The flashlight.
It's so useful.
There's a new iPhone. What kind of flashlight does it have? Sorry, I'm just kidding.
like honestly, like picture in a game. Picture everyone else is downed on the floor. Like everyone else is like hell. Like they're not even hooked. They're on the floor. Like everyone's on the floor. You're the only one left, but you have a flashlight. And when the killer goes to pick up one of your survivors and they're on their last leg, they're like about to die. Not only like you are the person who can shine that flashlight and get someone back to back up on off the ground. Like you are that person for sure in a group with the flashlight. But I do think the flashlight, it's illumination. It is also like helping others, helping you communicate with your team.
Kat's trying to feel out what we need to do because she's doing her antenna thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm touch my face.
There are emotes in the game. You can, for instance.
Hey, Knight, how do you fix her? We gotta get a move in. How do you fix her flashlight, or how do you put her more in control of her flashlight? What do we need to do with the flashlight?
She needs a flashlight upgrade and 2 add-ons on her.
Okay, stop.
Okay, spirit.
Flashlight upgrade and 2 add-ons. What are the add-ons?
So she needs a red she needs the best of the best flashlight. She needs a red flashlight.
Red.
And she needs one with a long so the add-ons, she can have accuracy, she can have prolonged life of your flashlight so it lasts longer. You can have or the amount of brightness, how bright your flashlight, how
like a dimmer.
How powerful your flashlight is.
Do I want it to be?
Yeah, you need it to be clickable. So you can be like, this is kind of important, but not right now. This one's fucking important.
Click. Yeah, for sure. You can also have
and I need to hear the buttons of her flashlight. Because I need to be able to be like, Kate's got a flashlight.
You can upgrade your bulb, like the flashlight bulb, first of all, for that's one of the add-ons. And I almost think that you benefit, like if you were going into the game, having a perk that lets you get extra benefits from using the flashlight, and a perk that lets you find new flashlights if you run out. Like basically, if every time you open a chest, it's a flashlight. Every time you stun a killer with the flashlight, you are guaranteed a new flashlight. Like, like that security of always having that with you in the game.
I got, you cannot lose your flashlight. It is part of your hand. That's fine.
Cool.
It never runs out, which makes sense. I get that. But all the perks and upgrades, they make sense. Because I'm holding it in my hand like this.
Mm-hmm. Like, I think there's a perk. I think it's Desperate Measures or something that lets you, like, whatever item you bring into the game recharge, by doing different things in the game.
Okay.
She hits people with it and it recharges.
Yes, that makes sense. Because I do slap people to calibrate them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It makes complete sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
And then Kate's literally gonna go and talk to Shayden about this game, and she's gonna learn every single thing that you already told her, down to the finite detail. And then we're gonna talk about it again too. Just letting you know.
Did get on like headset, like, and that'd be
I
fun.
just want to let you know, I upgraded my flashlight.
And I'll be like, I hear clicking. So
Upgrade, everyone can bring upgraded med kit, upgraded toolbox, upgraded flashlight, upgraded map. Like, there's another item in the game. It's called a key. It's gotten.
Chris has that.
Mm-hmm. It allows you to open the hatch. So if you're the last survivor, a hatch will spawn somewhere on the map. The killer can close the hatch, but if you have a key, you can reopen it and jump through to save yourself.
We don't need fucking keys.
Yeah, you don't. None.
I was like this one? And then I just kind of...
Or maybe this one.
Ooh.
Or maybe this one.
Ooh.
How about this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, we gotta go. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like, this is awesome.
Fucking awesome.
And
If you stuck with us through this whole thing, hey, man, glad to have you. That was great times.
Bye.
Both. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
To book a dual session with Kate and Kat, visit either of our websites listed in the description of this video. For a spirit guide reading, you can book with Captain Kate at www.captainkate.com. For a one-on-one trauma healing session with Cat and Boots, you can visit www.catandboots138.com.